Sharktopus. That nigga just powered down.
Love me, say that you love me.
Can we have that be the beginning of the recording for the debate? Just take a scene.
Hold on. Let me sing some UK drill then. Let me sing some.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Nothing much. I think Noodles is muted. Yeah, he's muted indefinite real quick.
Alright.
I'm back.
All right, Noodles versus Geass.
All right, so we're picking characters.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you want to DM the judges that way. There's no like bullshit with like who we're picking. Like we don't like
Sure.
counterpick.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
All right.
How many
Headmaster,
characters are you
my DM?
sending?
Yeah, I
I'm just
found your
picking one.
DM.
I'm picking one character out of our list.
Okay.
And then after you send your character to Headmaster, he'll say who we chose.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
I got both characters, both written down.
All right, who are they?
It is Blob and Wishmaster Jin.
All right, sick. All right. Do you want me to go first, Geass?
Good match.
You can go first.
All right. Well, the first thing I'm going to bring up is how like the Wishmaster can change both time and fate manipulation through the usage of wishes, so he actually cannot be used in the tournament.
There's no rule against time manip, and I don't think there's a rule
rules.
against. Wait, let me finish. There's no rule against fate manip as well.
Yeah, there's a rule against both. You need to read the rules.
No, there's not.
All right. If I point them
out.
out.
Sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. He does. Sorry. I don't think he changes fate at all, but the time thing, I don't think that's even a rule.
Yeah. Look in the rules. He says no time manip. We just added it today. That's the reason the Terminator was banned.
Wait, hold on. If this was added a minute ago, Tigga,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to see this. Is there any way I could be updated or?
Yeah, I said no time manip like a long time ago. In the
Yeah,
big
that was in the
but...
beginning of the tournament. That's the reason the tournament,
yeah.
the fucking Terminator was banned.
Yeah,
he did try to use the Terminator.
Mm-hmm. So
okay.
yeah, we're no time. Yeah, it's no
yeah,
time.
And if you need proof that the Wishmaster can use time manipulation, I can show you. He made a person never be born. So obvious time manipulation. You have to go back in time to stop that. Or fate manipulation. It's potentially fate manipulation too, but either one of those.
Tigga, where is this rule stated before now? Because I wasn't able to see this.
I was doing it when I was first talking about the tournament immediately, and I said, "Hey, you cannot use time in it." And it's also with like the physics rule. So like time, like that's like when I say like.
He also has physics manipulation with his wishes too, so that also would apply.
So like,
okay, wait. Can I go one at a time? Okay, wait. So let me talk about the time manip first.
You want me to just show you this thing I'm talking about?
Wait, no, I was actually addressing Tigga. So is this stated in the rules channel at all?
Yep.
Is it before like 15 minutes ago?
Yeah, I put. Oh, would you agree?
No, I don't see time manip anywhere.
Well, I had it spoken about, and I've told a lot of people about it. But if
was I there to hear it?
I believe so. Actually, yeah, I do believe you were there for it because I said you can't have any time.
Yeah, was I like attentive? Was I attentive in listening?
You were muted though.
Because I could have just been away from my computer.
Yeah, you were muted.
He also has physics manipulation.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, Tigga, can we finish our discussion? So if I wasn't there, would I be held applicable to rules?
I'll be okay in this sense because I did just like kind of write down time manip in it. If you restart, that's fine. That's fine for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like it is a little bit unfair that I did just write down that rule and you didn't.
Well, if we're gonna do that,
you didn't get notified.
We should be able to remove the characters must have a physical body stipulation as well. Then,
but that was well over an hour, and we know you were aware of it. Why?
Yeah, I understand that, but like the issue is like my prep got kind of ruined because of that. So.
I swear that was said before, but
Like
maybe
my
not.
preparation was done unbeknownst to that rule. So like the same reason like you're not wanting to like get this rule to go through. Like I'll be fine with the time thing going through, but that also has to be removed.
Okay, I can just remove the time thing. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So no fit. So I can use. But if that's the case, then I'm gonna change my character back to Pazuzu. Is that cool with you, Geass?
As long as
You can still use Jin, and I will ignore the time manipulation and shit, and I'll use fucking Pazuzu, and I can still use the non-physical body stuff.
Wait, Pazuzu wasn't on your list.
That's the demon from The Exorcist.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his name.
Okay, so you can remove time manip. Yeah, I'll be fine without time manip. That's okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, then what I'm gonna argue is Pazuzu with no possession, fair?
Pazuzu with
Again,
no possession. No,
yeah.
that means he has that means he doesn't have a
They said in the
corporeal
tournament
body.
that we're allowed to do that.
Okay, no, they Tigger, are we allowed to? Are we no longer doing the
We asked
corporeal
them the
rule?
question in DMs.
No,
I can show you.
no. As in, he doesn't have sole possession. You still have a vessel, correct, Noodles?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was the
Wait, hold on. No,
stipulation.
the rule I'm talking about is the rule that, like, if we're gonna do the no time thing, then we should also do the other thing with the no
Huh?
physical body because my prep got ruined because of that.
That was
Like, I
always a
didn't.
rule.
That
The
wasn't a rule.
the vessels
Yes,
have
it
always
was.
That
been
was
a
made an
rule.
hour ago.
That was
After my
always a
4 days
rule.
of prep.
No. It was. That's always been a rule. I don't know why you're
Show me where
saying.
that's been a rule before that.
Tigger, was that a rule or not? Like I
Yeah,
swear.
dude. That's why I put the exact thing of hey,
Okay,
the vessel.
fine. Then I'll continue to use the blob then versus
Okay.
Dijin with no time in it. Sound fair?
No, we just agreed to the time in it. Why are you backtracking?
Wait, hold on. You said no time in it. Are you
Oh,
okay?
sorry. Are you saying lacking time in it without the
Yeah,
power?
lacking time manip, like since it's not allowed, I
Sure.
will ignore the time manip and I'll get the blob. Is that fair?
Sure. And one last thing. Are we under versus battle? Like SBA?
Rules like that's it.
Tigger, are we under SBA?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Fine.
That's fine then. We can go.
All right then. So another thing I'll bring up against the Witchmaster is he does have physics manipulation as well. He can change the state of the world and things like that. He said he actually does change the state of the world. So
Can
yeah.
you show this feat you're talking about?
Yeah, I can. I can show like different things like that. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Mm.
1 second. What's included within physics manipulation, real quick, Ticket? Like, what do you mean by physics manipulation?
Nigga say he physics manip, but what does physics manip mean?
Well, I'm just making sure like this would be
Changing
against it.
gravity, like the law of gravity. Like
Okay, so just being able to change gravity. All
like
right.
change gravity, some other shit. It's like okay, Jesus Christ, I hate Darkstar for making the rules like kind of this vague. Basically like changing gravity. Basically, oh, I'm changing the oxygen levels and stuff like that. Kind of retarded, like that retarded shit. So
I got you.
mhm.
All right. I don't have a scan on hand, so I'll just adapt my argument to something else. What I'll do is, are
Okay.
you aware of like how the Jin like goes about like attacking people?
Oh, okay. Are you doing your scaling, or are you just like questioning the
I'm
characters? Or
asking you a
no?
question.
Yeah, are you just questioning the
I'm
characters'
asking you a
feats or something?
question. Like, do you know
Okay,
how
well,
Jin?
can I clarify what I'm
No,
saying
I'm
before you
asking you a
interrupt me?
fucking question here.
Okay,
All right.
can I clarify
Let me
what I'm
explain
at?
it.
Can I
Let me explain
clarify
it.
what I'm asking
Dude,
before you interrupt me?
all right, here. Let me put it this way.
No,
The Jin are not able to fucking attack people unless
wait,
they
that wasn't what I asked.
hold
Tigger, am I
on.
allowed to finish my question? No,
No, I
Tigger,
haven't
I was
finished my
asking a
fucking
question.
argument. I
Yes,
haven't
he
finished
did. He
my
asked
fucking
me.
argument.
Tigger, he asked me a question, and I tried to respond.
My God. All right. So this is your first, only, and goddamn going to be your last warning. All right. That if you guys start packing, all right, fucking done. All right. I'm not going to listen to the same bullshit of niggas just aping over each other. That's just retarded. Okay. Anyone starting it and finishing it, finishing it, just banned immediately. I'm not going to fuck around this time around. Since I did hear Geass try to ask a question and then you tried elaborating over him, Noodles, just allow him to finish his question real quick, and then after that you'll be able to respond. Okay?
Okay, so it's a quick question. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll be done. Okay. So what I'm saying is, are you just asking and questioning my character's feats at this point, or is this your scaling? I'm just curious as to where the debate is going and what's going
This
on.
is my
That's all.
scaling.
Oh,
Okay.
this is part of your scaling?
Yeah. So now that you asked the
Okay,
question, I'm
sure,
gonna
go ahead.
elaborate. So yeah, the Wishmasters aren't able to attack people unless someone specifically makes a wish. Their powers are specifically stated in the first
Can you
movie
prove that?
to be bound to wishes. And this is shown in this scene when the Wishmaster approaches the police officer, and he has to ask the police officer to make a wish before he does anything.
Where
The
in the
police
scene
officer
does it do that? Oh, sorry.
just watch. The police officer asks him to leave or
Can you give a
wishes him to
timestamp?
leave. Just watch the clip, bro. It's in the clip. The entire clip is what shows it, so you just need to watch it. But
Wait, where in the there should you just gave a
here,
line
all right,
and said
here,
this line is stated. Can you give the line or?
it's on minute 48. Can you watch a minute 48?
I'm just curious as to where this thing occurs.
All right, go to
I'm not
20
asking
seconds.
about the clip.
Go to 20 seconds and watch until a minute. You will see the conversation unfold. That he's not able to do that, and there's a specific
Wait, can I
statement.
verify this thing before you continue?
Bro,
Or
just chill out.
I'm
Watch this
wait,
shit, bro. He's
no,
not able
Am
to.
I allowed to Am I allowed to verify what's being said, or do I just have to continue with it being said?
Yeah, you could just let him finish his speaking and then just ask, like, just, hey, can I watch the scan real quick? I think that's what he was.
Okay, go ahead.
Noodles was just trying to finish his statement.
Yeah,
And then
so
let you watch it.
all that's happening here is basically he's trying to get the police officer to say something or to wish him to do something, right? So he can enact his powers. And this is specifically said in the beginning of the first Wishmaster movie, which I'll grab it here in just a second when it specifically says that. I just grabbed this clip because I remembered this was an example of it. But basically, he tries to get the police officer to wish for something. The police officer wishes him to go away, and the Wishmaster is forced to leave. So, and then the police officer makes a mistake and he wishes something else. But the issue with the Blob is the Blob can't make wishes. He can't talk. So the Wishmaster's just not going to be able to do anything to the Blob.
Okay, let me look at the scan and I'll respond.
Yeah. And this is listed on Versus Battle Wiki as well as his weakness. Just to further corroborate what I'm saying.
Are you there? Hello?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know that the Wishmaster is inherently deceptive, right? So him giving this claim doesn't entail that it's actually true, and I can evidence why.
Give evidence that he's being deceptive.
Sure. Do you know that when he grants people's wishes, it ends up with him killing them? Hello?
I asked for evidence.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. Are you? I'll just use the scan you sent. He tricks the guy into granting a wish or asking for a wish and then kills him.
He doesn't even trick the guy. The guy just makes a mistake and then wishes it upon himself.
Yeah, he says, and I'll get the quote. 1 second.
Like the scan literally proves that he has to obey the wishes of the people.
Yeah, wait. I'm sorry. Could I finish what I was saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I heard you the first time you said
You weren't
that.
saying anything, so.
So when I say what I'm saying, I don't mean in the immediate sense.
Okay, what sense do you mean, and then what you're going to say? Yeah, I'm not going to be silent
What
for
I was finishing to say.
Continue, Tigga. Not Tigga. Geass.
Yeah. So he takes the guy here. Let me get it. He takes the guy's statement. He says, "Now you have to go through me," and turns it into a literal statement, turning him into a piece of glass and killing him. Right. So he deceptively twists what the guy says from the hyperbolic statement, saying, "You have to go through me," right, to me, and you have to get around me, to literally turning him into glass and breaking the glass. Right.
Yeah, but the
And
issue
that
is
in its nature. Well, let me wait. I wasn't done. And that in its nature is not what the person or the man meant when he meant to say this thing, because he screams out in pain after the Wishmaster does it.
the issue is that's still being reliant on the man's wish, which is exactly the argument I'm
Mhm.
making. So unless you can
Well,
prove that the Blob is going to make a wish to the Wishmaster, he's not going to make a wish, and he's not going to be able to use his powers and deceptively
yeah,
twist it.
yeah. So Noodles, the first thing. So I was just clarifying one point. He obviously was being deceptive because the man screams out in pain when he grants his wish. The man didn't literally mean go through me, as in turn me into a piece of glass and fucking break my bones. So here I've demonstrated he's deceptive.
No,
So let me.
all you've demonstrated is
Huh?
that he can twist the words of people, but that still shows that the
Yeah.
words of people is what he's reliant upon. And do you want like the actual scan of him directly saying that his power is reliant upon upon other people's wishes?
Wait, I'm sorry. So what I was establishing, you're
I'll
trying to
show you
move to
the
something.
actual
Let me.
scan of it. That's not even
Yeah, I
scan,
heard
that's
you.
just
I heard you. I
example.
heard you. I wasn't done. So I heard. Yeah. So he demonstrates this guy's using a hyperbolic statement, right? Turns it into a literal one, which is not what was meant to be done. I.e., through deception, he changes this thing into a way to kill the man. So I've demonstrated his deceptiveness. And let me just give some examples. Do you know that the Wishmaster uses his powers without wishes?
When?
Like, I'll give the instances. 1 second. All right. So I'm gonna send the wiki, and they just describe what happens. If you look at the last sentence, and this isn't the only piece of evidence I'm sending, but they just describe this as well. It says this was part of the wishes, but the jinn was perfectly capable of using its powers without being asked for a wish. And I'm gonna give the instances. Does anybody have the scene in the second movie where he freezes the cop?
Kind of your job to bring it up, not theirs.
Tigga, if I could know where the scan is, am I allowed to bring up where it is? And if someone just has the scan on hand, they could send it?
Yes, I think that's perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay, so I've described where it is, when it is, and what the instance was. So if anyone has that, yeah. Does anybody have a movie site? Maybe 123 Movies got it. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the quote from it. But let me get the actual scan. It's just I guess to show consistency. Damn.
I get a time limit on the scan.
Tigger, what's the time limit?
15 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Then my 1 through 3 movie's not working. Oh, I can use Firefox. 1 second. Oh, shit. Should be this.
It was 6:05 when the 15-minute thing was. It's 6:06 now, just proof. But it was 6:05, so it'll be what 6:20 when this is up, or 7:20 for Eastern time.
Yeah, I sent it. And the timestamp.
Where is it?
Scan.
All right, let me look real quick. The police officer says freeze in the scan, moron.
I'm sorry. Why does a command equal a wish?
Because the wishes are like reliant on other people wishing things upon them. He says freeze, and then the wishmaster took that as a wish.
That wasn't. So I'm sorry. If your answer was the wishmaster took it as a wish to answer why is this a wish, that's begging the question.
No, it's not, because the wishmaster. So the only way for this situation to be consistent, because obviously we have scenes that suggest that like he's reliant on people's words. In this situation, the police officer is saying a word, so right after he says the word freeze, he reacts to the word freeze by freezing him, almost like a genie has to react to what you have to say. Like it's like
Okay.
a genie. You know how
Yeah.
you rub a genie and you have to wish for something? They always give you a twisted like version of what's happening. That's literally what's happening here. And that's the only right now your interpretation has a contradiction. Mine doesn't, so I have the more consistent interpretation.
Okay, so you gave two arguments, but to the first one,
Okay.
you said this is not sorry, a begging the question fallacy, right? And I'm just gonna
Yep.
write it out. It absolutely is. And then I'm gonna respond to your second point.
Okay.
Okay. So I asked the question, why does the word freeze equal a wish? You
That's not what
answered
you asked.
speaking. Yes, I did. I said, why is freeze a wish?
No,
Yes,
you asked.
yes,
That's
I
not what
did.
you asked.
What?
Well, you were asking me. What I
What did
was
I ask?
responding to, you didn't even ask me. You just posted the link and said, "There you go." He's reacting to him. I said, "No, he's not reacting to him. What he's doing, he's saying freeze, and then he's taking it as a wish." And then you were like, "That's begging the question." I didn't even.
No,
You
I
didn't
didn't.
ask
I said something. No, that's not true. You may not have heard me, but I asked you, and you responded. I said,
you.
and I'll ask you. Let me finish. No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I asked you, why does freeze mean it's a wish? And you say, speaking is like a wish. Conclusion, it's a wish. That's your premise is included in your conclusion. Therefore, it's circular. But
Okay, so
okay.
do you agree that it's possible that the Wishmaster is taking this as a wish?
Possible. Is it possible?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
because
I don't believe that to be evidence for it to be true. It's logically possible, sure.
okay, well, if it's logically possible, then that means you can't definitively show that he is able to move out or he's able to use his powers outside of wishes. And since we already have evidence to suggest you
Yeah.
can't do that, you can't use that argument.
Yeah, that's not my okay. Sure, you're saying there's contradiction with this because of statement, right? And I'm going to demonstrate that's not the only instance. So give me 1 second.
I actually found the statement that proves what I believe.
Wait, hold on. I said I was giving a scan. Could I give the scan before we move to a different statement?
Yeah, you can, but I'm gonna go ahead and post it.
Okay. Whoever is the judge, this is a shotgun. I'm bringing up a point. Said I was going to
I'm
evidence
not making
point.
the point yet. I'm not making
Okay,
the point
so
yet. I'm just
yeah,
posting it
judge,
for my opinion.
whoever the judge is, please dismiss this and please let it be argued later because this again
This is the
is
script from the
inherently a
first movie.
shotgun. Yeah, it's a shotgun. What he's doing right now is a shotgun. I said I'm bringing up a point, evidencing it, and there's another point. Please dismiss
There's
this
no
until
point.
he
I'm
brings
not
it up
making the
again.
point yet.
Okay. All right, let me get that scan. It's on YouTube, so give me 1 second.
I have Amazon Prime Video if you want to watch it from there from my stream.
No, the clip's like completely on YouTube. I'm good.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up my Amazon.
Tell me when you watch it, or when you finish watching it.
You talking to me?
Yes.
No, you can just go ahead and like whenever you're good.
All right, I'm just gonna post them all then and go 1-on-1. All right, just let me get the other ones then. Just 1 second. All right, does anybody have the scene from Wishmaster where he's fighting the angel and conjures his sword? He's actually fighting Michael specifically. Okay.
$110. What's a 110 show?
Here, I'm getting the last scan. I'll say it all when I'm finished, one at a time.
This is a different character than the first Wishmaster. Are you using a comp character?
Wait, hold up. I'll respond when I'm done. Wait, actually, that's a shotgun. I'm getting evidence. Please don't ask questions while I'm getting it.
Okay, continue getting your evidence so I don't shotgun you, Mr. O Magical Prince. I'm sorry that I interrupted you. Oh my god. You're a prissy bitch.
Is packing in
Oh,
the
come on,
against the
Noodles. Come on,
rules? Is
Noodles.
packing against
Bro,
the rules?
yeah, dog. I already warned you, dog. Watch it.
Does anybody have the timestamp of when this nigga fights Michael in the woods and he conjures the sword? Okay. Yo, bro, my shit is having trouble like loading. Does anyone have the timestamp for this nigga fighting in the woods? Or hello?
Is this something you've already posted in scans?
No, it's in. It should be in a movie. It's not directly on YouTube. So
Yeah, I was looking for it.
it's when he fights in the woods against the angel, and he conjures the sword. I don't know where the damn.
Do you know which film it's from?
It's either 3 or 4. I do believe it's 3 though.
Yeah, so you're not ready for the arguments I'm about to make, bro. I'm telling you. My shit is just not loading. Like, what the fuck? Do you want me to try and look it up for you? I can stream.
Sure, it'd be in 3 or 4.
All right. I have you know if it's on Amazon Prime? Yeah, you go to my stream real quick.
Probably
I
not, bro.
didn't watch it on there. I don't think so. But
Yeah, go to my thing. Is it Wishmaster 3? We'll try that first.
I think it's 3. It's either 3 or 4.
No, it's to rent.
I'll check for. Well, considering I googled Wishmaster 4 and I see him holding a sword in the forest, so
That's the one. That's the scene I'm talking about. Fuck, I just don't know the timestamp.
I don't know either. It is on Amazon.
It's for sometime here. Oh, I
Yeah,
have
it's from
time
the
actually.
Prophecy Fulfilled movie.
Okay. 1 second.
The first one's everywhere, but by the time the fourth movie rolls around, this shit is obscure.
Oh, I can't get it.
Can I get a time limit on this? I should have asked this a while ago. It's already been like 5 minutes, so I don't want a 15.
Yeah.
I get like a 10-minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a link that shows a video clip, but it links to a still frame and this fat ass nigga talking behind the mic.
Sure, you can send that. That'd be helpful.
It's just a review. Like, it
Well.
doesn't show anything. I'm looking at the scene you're talking about, though. I just gotta find a video of it.
Do you have a timestamp for that movie?
Hold on, I'm gonna find the movie itself.
Or even
Yeah,
which
Noodles.
movie?
Wishmaster 4 is on Amazon Prime with a
I
premium
looked it up just now. It's for
subscription.
rent. They don't have. It says currently unavailable.
How
I
much
have
for
it.
rent?
$3 or $4.
Pay it.
No.
I'll pay it back if
I'm not paying for Geass to scan. That would be dog shit.
I'll pay it back if it progresses this ass debate.
No.
Bruh, I'm sorry. It's just one scan I can't find on YouTube.
I'm just gonna look up some bootleg site that's gonna fuck up my phone. Don't worry.
You got an Apple, it should be all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can you believe they just
which
asked me
movie
to
was
pay
it,
for
3 or
Geass to
4?
scan? They're like, "Hey, Noodles, pay for Geass scans."
Hey yo, a prophet Loki out here said that he can stream it for you. I'll let him stream, I guess. That's fine.
Does he have the timestamp?
He's gonna stream Pornhub.
It better be within
Yeah.
the 7-minute timer.
Prophet, you better have the timestamp, do you?
All right, let me
you
get that
got
shit. 1
7
second.
minutes.
Prophet does not have the timestamp, so.
Yeah,
Ain't
you got
no
7
way.
minutes to find that
He has
shit.
the movie. We're about to watch the whole movie. Just to
Yeah, we gotta watch the movie in 7 minutes, boys. You better
No,
put
we
that
gotta
shit
watch
on
the movie
super speed.
afterwards.
The Wishmaster 1's not even bad. I actually watched it. I liked it a lot.
A lot of the horror movies are pretty good. We've been watching.
Yeah, I fucked with it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you can't approach a horror movie the
shouldn't
same
be
way you
allowed in this
approach other
tournament, though.
movies.
Like, those wishes are definitely way too broken to be in this
After
tournament,
you
though.
get past like all horror movie plots are retarded and like the characters kind of have to be stupid, it's usually a good movie.
It really wasn't even
Yo.
that bad, to be honest. Like, I didn't even mind the plot line. Like,
All right, you want a timestamp? Fucking just rewinding to the beginning of the fucking scene.
Rod K dead and he never coming back, boy.
All right, about 1 hour and 57 seconds into the movie.
there you go, boys.
I would stream it, but I would sound like fucking Bender from Futurama. There. Y'all want to click on a sus link?
I'm not clicking that link.
I wouldn't either. If you have a computer, don't click on it. Or Samsung.
Or Samson. What was the timestamp you said?
1 hour and 57 seconds. That's like the beginning of a fight, I see.
Okay, I got it. It's in some fucking weird ass. It's like some Hindi language or some shit. But here, there we go.
Smoking Trey D too.
All right, so I have all my scans. Now, any new arguments? Oh, sorry. Would you like explanation for each one? And I'd give that.
I'm gonna argue against the first scan by saying he literally makes a wish in that scan and to fight, and then he starts fighting. The second scan, the girl makes a wish.
Wait, no. Let's go one at a time. To the first one, that's not what happens.
Hold on.
He
I'm
just
arguing
shapeshifts.
against them. Hold on. The first.
Yeah, so let's go one at a time rather than shotgunning each one.
Okay.
I only dropped them all so I don't have to go get a scan every time we look at an
the first
argument.
scan, it says that he asked him. He says, "I wish you would have put up a better fight," and then he gets up and starts fighting.
At the timestamp?
No, not at the timestamp. Right before the timestamp. You didn't watch the clip. showing more consistency that these Jin have to use wishes in order to do stuff. Like he was getting his ass beat right before that.
Sure. I agree in that one. He transformed specifically because the person asked.
The second one is the same thing.
Oh.
The second one is the exact same thing. The girl wishes for him to come and fight, and then he comes and
No.
fights.
No. Hold up. Wait. What? Where does she wish for him to fight?
Here, hold on. Let me watch it again real quick. Make sure I'm right. Like
That's
dude's
not what
beckoning-
happens. But go ahead.
Hold on. Let me watch it real quick. Make sure I'm right.
Nothing gets said. Go ahead. Please look at the timestamp, judges.
Yeah, like the Jin
This is a
is
bad
like
recollection of what
wishing for
happened.
the angel Michael to come help her.
No words are said at the timestamp.
Hold on. It's at 30 seconds though. It's in the same video that you linked, moron.
Okay, at 30 seconds, you're saying
Or
what
25
happened?
seconds, 20 seconds. Go somewhere around there. She makes a wish for the angel Michael to come fight him.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and also the Jin being able to fight angels doesn't
Wait, no. This is a separate point. You made one point. Can we not shotgun? So can we address the first point, then the second one? Yeah, you chill out. Stop shotgunning.
This is
So
part
for
of
the
the
first
same
one,
point. You just didn't realize it.
Okay. The first point was at the 25 timestamp, she wishes for Archangel Michael. So please continue.
Yeah. So basically, she wishes for the angel Michael to come help stop him. Angel Michael comes through, and then he pulls out the sword, and then they start fighting.
The angel being summoned is separate from from the sword. So can I?
No, it says to stop him though. So that means that they're gonna fight.
Invoke this way.
So the genie could have easily interpreted it that way.
Wait,
And
I'm
also-
sorry. Do you know this isn't the feat I'm even talking about? Like what you're talking about is just completely separate.
You're talking about him pulling out the sword in that second link.
No,
right?
I'm not. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying.
And what does the second link do for you?
Yeah, let me explain. He just, without any words, look at again at the timestamp. What you're talking about is just some separate instance. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. He completely shapeshifts his form from a human version into his Jin version. No words are said. No words are said.
Are the same?
No. She wishes for the Archangel Michael, right?
To come fight
him transforming. Let me finish. You can't just keep repeating yourself while I'm talking. Okay, I let you finish. Let me
go
finish.
ahead. You didn't let me finish. You interrupted me as well.
As long as you weren't shotgunning, I let you continue. There's no issue with that.
I mean, you're kind of shotgunning right now. That was a different point.
No. If you're talking about something completely irrelevant, like I just said,
your point.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're talking about something irrelevant, that's fine. I don't care. You can say that irrelevant thing.
You're making irrelevant right now.
Okay, no, I'm not. So what I'm saying is, in this case, the instance I'm talking about, nothing is exchanged. She doesn't say anything about Wishmaster changing his form, going from human and shape-shifting into his demon mode. It just is the case that it happens. In the scene, there's literally nothing said. Noodles just has some poor recollection of what's going on.
Okay, so now let me respond to that. Fair? Okay, so she says in the scene that she wishes for the demon Michael or the angel Michael to come stop him, which means to come fight him because he comes and immediately summons a sword to come fight him. Okay, so that means that they're gonna fight, and that just means the genie could easily interpret that as he can use his abilities to fight him. That's easily what he sounds. Like I don't know why he's arguing.
Wait, why is that? I'm sorry. Why is that true? You said because she says call someone to come and stop this person. That means that she's also granting the wish that this person must appear in their stronger form to fight. Why is that true?
Because if he says you can fight him, then that he could interpret that I can fight him with any means. Like she didn't.
She doesn't say
that.
fight.
Hold on. It doesn't matter. He's deceptive. Remember, he kind of can interpret it in his own way. So like how he said when he's talking to the police officer earlier, he said turn him into glass. Whatever. He didn't actually mean to run through him, but he did, right? So, like, he could have interpreted that in his own way and still be bound by the wishes. And through my interpretation, that would make it more consistent with the evidence we have of the Wishmasters being bound to their wishes. Whereas yours has a contradiction.
Yeah, you said that. So, Noodles, if you're just saying, her saying, I want someone to come and stop you means get in your strongest form to fight them, There's no correlation there. You're simply interpreting, and I'm going to give you what the word. Let me finish. No, let me. I'm not.
Ad nauseum.
No, I'm adding. I'm
ad
adding.
nauseum. Ad
Wait,
nauseum.
Tigger, can I finish?
You repeated that.
Tigger, this is Spurging. This is Spurging. This is Spurging.
Fallacy. You want to? He's calling me out for fallacies like that.
Tigger, he's Spurging. He's Spurging. Can I finish what I'm saying?
No, this isn't a spurg. He does the same shit to me.
I was adding something new. I was adding something new. Can I not be?
I had something new. Go ahead.
Okay, wait, Tigger, can you stop him from doing that because he's just spurging?
No, you fucking did.
Wait, Noodles, I wasn't talking to you. Noodles, I wasn't talking to you.
In fairness, yes, you have done the same to him, and when he's shotgunning points. So
I wasn't shotgunning. I just responded.
No, not when you were shotgunning, but when you were calling him out for shotgunning, you did basically the same thing. So
yeah, but I'm not shotgunning. I'm responding to the.
No, you're not shotgunning now. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying that when you were calling Noodles out for shotgunning, you did the kind of the exact same thing where you just basically said, "This is shotgunning. This is shotgunning. Stop shotgunning." Like you kind of cut him off like that. He just basically kind of did the same thing to you.
Cut me off for no reason.
Well, he was calling out a fallacy, which he believed.
But it wasn't a fallacy. I'm adding something new.
Well, he probably believed that his going into basically shotgunning you for some of the points that he was displaying wasn't really shotgunning either. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, whatever. I demonstrated the word, but okay, we could feel like maybe they're different. All right. So either way, I'm adding this new point. Stop just means to come to an end, to cease an object or an event to occur. You just saying, bring someone here to stop you means get in your stronger form and fight them. I don't see why those two things are semantically related. Okay, and if you don't have an answer, or if you aren't going to answer, is Noodles here?
I'm right here.
Okay, yeah. If you don't want to answer, that's fine.
What did you ask me? I thought you were talking to Tika.
No. I said, and I'll say it. Here, stop, and I'll get the definition, and I'll get the second one as well.
Tika, do you think it's fair to call someone out for ad nauseum?
Yeah, we already discussed it. Yeah.
Okay, well then that's cool.
Okay, so so when she says bring someone here to stop you, there's no interpretation of stop that means get stronger so I can fight you, right? Or so they can fight you, right? Stop literally means to end, to cause an event or object to end or cease. And so there is no interpretation. You saying he's being deceptive here follows from, again, as you put it, his interpretation. There is no interpretation of stop that means get stronger so this person that's trying to defeat you can have a more difficult time of defeating you if they can do it.
If I go and ask someone in a different server, like publicly, in a server of your choice, if I like ask them this exact question, like, hey, if I like present the context of what this is and say, I'm going to someone to stop you, and I ask them to interpret what that means, and they mention fight, would you agree that that's fine?
Could it possibly mean that? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this
so you agree that that's not the definitive interpretation then. Thank you.
Wait, okay, yeah. So my point is, before you interrupt me, what I'm saying is this is we can't read into his mind, right? And I don't even know that you could find someone that determines stop means fight, right? So here you'd have to determine. Okay, I don't think so, but before all that, let me finish what I'm saying. You'd have to determine that here the writer, the wishmaster, etc., even understands this interpretation stop, which I've never seen, and I've shown the most popular understandings of this word and the denotation, what this thing means.
That's not the most popular. That's just what's listed on Google.
No. Do you know how things get in the dictionary?
Nope.
Did you say yes or no?
No.
Do you know that they're taken from the most popular sources, writings, social media, interpretation?
Did they poll everyone on the planet?
They're taken from what's when I say that, they're taken from what's most popularly used in. Can I finish what I'm saying? In media and the internet and writing, etc. And that's how this thing is determined. So it is by popularity.
Yeah, but how do you know definition 1 versus definition 2 isn't more popular?
Huh?
How do you know which of these is definition 3? Like, where are you getting that from? Because by the way, at the end of in definition 2, defeat an opponent by knockout is also a way to use stop.
Where does it say that?
At the end of my thing, it was like a way that they used it in boxing. It was a common way to use it.
Which one is it?
Oh, defeat an opponent. So yeah,
Okay,
it
stop
easily
it.
could mean that.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Even in the case where she's saying bring someone here to beat you, that still doesn't determine that she's saying get stronger as well. So where are you getting that interpretation from again?
I don't know why he's getting stronger. Can you show me he's getting stronger and not just morphing?
1 second.
And if you're
Wait,
in a
I'm sorry.
fight,
Wait, hold on, wait. Let me answer that question. Even so, let me show that he actually does get stronger. Give me 1 second. All right. Here. You can watch around like the 119 mark. Yeah, he goes from getting his ass beat, like knocked around, etc., to when he's in his Wishmaster form or his like demonic form, he's able to catch punches, stop the person, crush their fist just by grabbing it. So he literally gets stronger here.
okay, how about it? What if he's just holding back in his other form?
Are you presenting a possibility?
Yeah.
Okay. Is
This
there
is
any
also a
credibility?
possibility. Yours
Wait,
is
can
also a
I finish what I was
possibility.
asking? Are you giving any? No, it's not a possibility. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
I'm
it is.
showing this. Okay.
Is there
At
any
first,
statement that form gets stronger? Because if not, it's just a possibility.
okay, at first it can be presented as possibility because it could be true. Then I demonstrate inductively this person literally goes from holding hand, holding strength, getting punched to grabbing his fist,
Performing
etc.
better feats, right? Yeah, we agree that he's
Yeah.
performing better feats.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's not evidence though that the form is making him stronger. That could be evidence that he was holding back as well.
Oh, is it holding? Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second. Actually, I think we literally go into the statement earlier. Yeah, the guy literally. Sorry, the quote is, "You know what I wish? I wish you put up a better fight." So he goes from this weakened state to the state where he does perform better feats. So it's just
Yeah,
granted by the statement.
you're assuming the reason is because the form grants him greater strength rather than he's just holding back in the previous form. So yeah, once again, you're just making an assumption.
Okay, yeah. So let me give you another rationale as to why. In the scenario where he's fighting the angel, he goes from his human form, which he can stay in, to as soon as the angel appears, he goes into this demon form. Right? If there was no distinction between these forms, you're saying this thing happens nonsensically and without reason. But what I'm
No, I'm not
granting is
saying it happens
let me finish. Let
nonsensically
me
without
finish. I'm not
reason.
done. I'm not done. What I'm granting is an
Just
interpretation
made a
that
point.
shows. Okay, I'm elaborating on the point. What
Go
I'm
ahead.
granting is an interpretation as to why this person goes from seemingly weak form to demonstrably stronger form. You're granting an interpretation that says arbitrarily this person holds back, even though they go out of their way to kill people, and that
No,
I don't see
he
why
could have
that's
just
true.
went into that form because he felt like it. Like you're once again just assuming that it's because it makes him stronger.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, I'll repeat it one more time. I've given interpretation as to why this person goes into fighting stronger opponent, i.e., transforms, which means it's likely he also transforms or gains strength because in other instance, the person he wants to kill is beating his ass, and so he then transforms and then performs better feats. I've shown two consistent arguments, so I have consistency. You just say, well, it's arbitrarily possible that he could be holding back. Sure, but I've drawn consistency as where your possibility has none. I've created the inductively strong argument, and you've created the inductively weak one.
All right, so I'm just gonna debunk that really quickly because this is basically your argument. You're saying he goes from Form 1 performing bad feats to Form 2 performing good feats, and you say, what is the reason for this? The reason is Form 2 is stronger. Form 2 is stronger. But you're not accounting for the possibility that Form 1 is just him holding back, or the possibility that Form 1 is just a disguise. Hold on. I spell that. Disguise that he doesn't feel necessary to hold in actual fights. That's another reason. So yeah, you have like your argument, but you have to actually provide evidence for the reasons, right? We're arguing over the reasons for why he starts performing better feats in his second form, right? Neither of us have evidence for any of the reasons, so you can't say your argument is inductively stronger. That wouldn't make sense because you don't have any evidence to suggest your argument's inductively stronger.
Okay, are you done?
Yep.
So Noodles, you just completely ignored the other instance I give. He goes from fighting a regular human to someone who becomes like the girl says, "I want someone to come and stop you," and therefore he transforms, i.e., gaining the ability or a higher likelihood of stopping this person. That's what the wish does, or what that phrase means. So as soon as this, let me finish. As soon as this happens, and I've been over this. He goes into
hold on. Just repeat that. I missed it. Just repeat exactly.
Yeah, that's what the phrase means when she says, "I want this person to overtake this human to stop you," i.e., granting him higher possibility, if not the ability, to stop him. So in this instance, at the same time, the Wishmaster goes into a different form. This explains this correlation between stronger opponent coming out, Wishmaster transforming. In the other example, guy says, "I want you to put up a better fight." This would correspond to stronger Wishmaster when he transforms. So I've shown consistency in both these examples because I think you've said it before as well. Archangel Michael comes and gives him a greater chance at winning the fight to stop Wishmaster, right? You've even said that. So if that's the case, there's consistency in my argument. There's just arbitrary possibility in yours. So I have created the inductively strong argument.
So Geass has basically shown to me that his argument is just illogical because he's just making a correlation as causation argument. This is like the same idea as like ice cream sales go up in the summer and murders also go up in the summer. Therefore, the increase of ice cream sales cause an increase in murder, right? This is stupid. Like, we actually have to show evidence for the specific reason the murders are being increased, not just showing that the two things happen simultaneously. Just because they happen simultaneously isn't evidence that they are connected to each other. So, no, that's not, and especially when there's other possible reasons that this could happen that I've already given.
Wait, I'm sorry. You haven't drawn any correlation. You've only showed one instance that couldn't be correlation by nature. So I have
correlation. I literally showed you that he could. No, hold on. You said you haven't did that. So
it was rhetorical. It was rhetorical.
I don't care if it's rhetorical.
Rhetorical means don't answer. Okay, so what I'm saying is, okay, wait, Tigger, can you mute him if I'm saying this is a rhetorical question and he's going to talk over me? Okay, I don't know like why he's being a spurry, but what I'm saying is, in one instance, you can't draw a causation between multiple events while there's only one event occurring, right? In the other instance, I've drawn at least two, okay? So correlation does make this thing more likely, okay? And you just saying, well, correlation doesn't equal causation. I'm not making a deductive claim. I'm making an inductive one. I don't need some definitive standard. I'm only drawing a likely standard, okay? So for example, if every time I go to basketball practice, I come home sweaty, and on the 11th time I come home sweaty, my mother says, "Were you at basketball practice?" What's more likely, the fact that I come home from basketball practice sweaty, or that I just jumped around in the yard and fucking did doggy flips for an hour?
Okay, so it would obviously be basketball, but the reason for it being basketball is because she knows you're at basketball practice, right? Like, you have evidence to suggest you're at basketball practice. We don't have evidence to suggest that the Dijin is at basketball practice, hypothetically. We don't have evidence that the form actually increases his strength. There's no statement of that. You're just assuming it. So once again, you don't have a stronger argument. You're just making a baseless assumption.
Okay, let me just respond to that, and we can move on. Okay. So no, in the instance the analogy I'm giving, she doesn't know you're at basketball practice. If she did, she wouldn't ask if I was at basketball practice. The question assumes or presupposes she doesn't already know the answer. So in this instance, in this analogy, if she doesn't know, it's simply a likely induction, as Noodles agrees, and therefore my argument would be the stronger one. So I have shown this correlation.
No, if she doesn't know you're at basketball practice, and it's just as likely that you were jumping around in the yard as it was if you were at basketball practice.
Noodles, you're just contradicting what you just said. You said a second ago. Let me finish. Wait, let me finish. Wait, Noodles, let me finish. I'm not done. Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Okay, so you just contradicted what you just said, which is
I didn't.
it's likelier you were at basketball practice. Now you're saying it's equally as likely you were rolling around at the dog park doing flips, right?
No, that's not what I
So
said.
let me finish. Let me finish. I'm not done. Okay, if you think
straw man, that's a straw
Tigger,
man.
Tigger, can I finish?
Straw man, let me
Oh my
respond.
God.
Yeah, straw man. Hey,
Oh
let
my
me respond.
God.
Straw man.
Jesus Christ.
Tigger, can I
It's a
finish?
straw
what I'm
man. Let me
saying?
respond. No, it's a straw
No,
man.
I wasn't done. Tigger, I wasn't done. I wasn't done. He just cut me off.
All right.
You're already
He's
straw man.
spurging. He's spurging. He's
No, it's
spurging.
not. I'm
All right.
literally making an argument. This is a straw man.
This is
so let me
spurging.
respond.
He cut me
Oh
off
my
to
God.
spurg.
I didn't agree that it was
Oh
likely.
my God.
Because
Tigger,
I
can you
didn't
mute
agree that it
him?
was
Tigger,
likely.
can you mute him? Can you
Just
mute him?
because, no, I'm not. It's not
No.
gonna mute me because
Tigger,
it's
I
legal.
wasn't done. I wasn't done. He just cut me
Oh
off
my
the
God.
spurg.
All right, go ahead, take a finish. I got you. Don't worry. Not Tigger. I mean Geass. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Tigger.
So, yeah, thank you. Like I was saying.
Go ahead, Tig or Geass.
Okay, so like I was saying, he says a minute ago, this thing going to basketball practice is likely, which is the thing that has correlation. Now he says it's equally as likely as doing flips in the dog park. He's just backtracking, and I've already demonstrated this thing. It's just the case. We can be. I mean, go
I
ahead.
want to respond to that real quick. Then we can move on. So yeah, no, I didn't agree that it was just likelier that he was at basketball practice. Because he was just at basketball practice. I agreed it was likelier he was at basketball practice, presuming that his mother would know he was at basketball practice, right? There would be evidence to suggest he's at basketball practice. In this case, though, like I already pointed out, there's no evidence for that for the Jin. The Jin's not at basketball practice. Geass, he's not at basketball practice. We don't have any evidence to suggest that porn makes him go stronger, just like we don't have any evidence that you're at basketball practice. So the reason you're sweaty is just as likely as you jumping around or rolling around the yard or getting butt fucked by the white man next door, right? Like that could easily be just as likely. Like no, either of those situations are equal. No, it's not. You always call me white boy and say
That's
all kinds of
racially
racist shit to
motivated.
me.
That's
No, it's
racially
not.
motivated, bro.
How's that racially motivated when you call me white?
This nigga racist, bro. This nigga racist, bro.
Wait. This is irrelevant. This is irrelevant.
Yeah, relevant. Exactly,
All right, so
anyway,
yeah, like I was saying,
we're gonna move on now,
sorry.
and I'm gonna make my next point, which
wait,
is
let me respond. No, I didn't agree. Let me respond. After I respond, I'm done. After I respond, I'm done.
I'll be right back.
Okay, is he gonna hear? Wait, Tigger, am I allowed to respond, or is he? What do you say?
He said he'll be right back, so I'll wait for you giving a response until he comes back because I want him to be able to still hear your points.
Okay.
Ocean man, take me by the.
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
sorry about that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, are we on the next part or what?
No, okay, let me respond.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so in the instance where I don't know why he's saying I only agreed under the assumption that you're in the analogy that your mother knows that you're at basketball practice, as that defeats the purpose of asking the question. And it's a deductive claim. Knowing something to be the case is deductive. Okay. So in the case, in the analogy I've granted, it would be inductive. And so I've just demonstrated, and my opponent can backtrack, but as he agrees, this shows a higher likelihood because of correlation, right? If the thing happens 10 times versus 1, the thing that happens 10 times more likely is, again, just more likely. And as I've shown in this instance, I've demonstrated 2 instances.
That was circular.
Let me finish.
Well, you just made a circular argument. Repeat a non-circular
Wait,
argument.
I'm sorry. It's 10. Okay, I thought this was completely understood. Maybe it was
a little shaky right
now. Let me. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you tell this fat neck? Okay, please. Like, take it. He's literally cutting me off.
Yeah, it's like, come on, Noodles, chill out.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Is he gonna keep being allowed to do that?
No, I got you.
I haven't done that.
I'll be fine.
No, I'm not talking to him. Tigger, is he gonna keep being allowed to do that?
I've already warned you twice now, Noodles, for like the
no more. I promise.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So let me finish. Like I let you finish. I muted myself. So what I'm saying is, a thing happening 10 times to 1 is more likely just by the nature of numbers increasing. 10 more than 1. Okay. As long as you understand that foundationally, then it isn't circular. Okay. So this thing happening or occurring more likely just would be a more likely explanation by its nature and the numbers increasing. So even if I'm showing 2 instances, Noodle is at best, let's say his skepticism wins. He's showing 1. Okay. I've explained 2 instances. My 2 would win versus his 1. And it just would be more likely by the nature of increasing numbers. But are you done?
No, I'm going to respond to that. So go ahead. 10-to-1 argument is stupid because he's showing 2 situations that he shows 2 situations where in the demon form he performs better feats, and he's once again just assuming that the reason this happens is because the form is stronger. That's not showing a 10-to-1 correlation. You're just assuming it, right? Like, it could be a 2-to-1 correlation that he's doing it because he doesn't like to hold up disguises when he's actually fighting. That could be the 2-to-1 correlation. That could be the more likely thing. We just don't know because neither of us have evidence to suggest why. That argument's stupid.
Wait, okay, the disguises thing is new. So
I already
I'm
argued
sorry.
that earlier. You just didn't hear it.
Wait, you might have like written it out, but I didn't hear any argument for disguise. But
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Why does this disguise benefit him in combat? Why is he disguising? What? I'm sorry. How does that help at all?
So like my idea of it is like if he's in a disguise, he's using some of his power, so it could be holding him back, right? So he might just not want to use a disguise, or it might just be not flavorful for him. You know, any random justification I could give, it doesn't matter what the justification is. We don't have evidence for it. So it doesn't matter.
How do you know?
I could say it's because he doesn't like how he looks in his human form, and that would be equally as valid as saying, you know, he's stronger. There's no difference.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How do you know? Okay, so are you giving any reason? I just want to be clear because you just said I'm giving random reasons.
I think
Wait, okay, no, okay. Then I'm let me address these then.
Okay.
He says I'm giving a random point, then says it could be because he doesn't like how it feels, or that it weighs him down or uses power. However, is there any evidence that he again is this thing holds him down in some way? How do you know it's not just skin tight and perfectly fits him amazingly? He just decides I want to get stronger in this form. And if that's not the case, then you couldn't assert that because it's possibly for the justification that leads to nothing.
I agree. That's possible as well.
Okay, so then that possibility couldn't be justified. So you couldn't even say that's the case.
I don't think any possibility can be justified in this scenario because there's no evidence. But
okay, I think I have. You think you haven't? So I mean, you think I haven't? So let's continue.
The next argument I want to make is the Jinn were actually born in a place before time. Which would make them like inaccessible in speed. They would dwell.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. This is cutting off the last scan I sent. He didn't. Or do you want to address that? Because I sent the timestamp.
What's the last scan say?
The one I sent with the timestamp with the.
Yeah, we'll get to this point here in a second. What's the last thing?
Okay, so this is left completely uncontested, and I demonstrate he conjures a story.
I can address it. All right, fuck it. We won't address it. I don't even give a shit. Let's go to this point.
Okay. So let me finish with that conclusion. He summons a sword. Nothing is said. This nigga can summon swords. Powers. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna respond to it since you're actually gonna make a point about it. So I didn't know you were gonna make a point, so I'll respond to it.
So I grabbed the scan for no reason. Okay.
Can you show me like the context of that? Like, can you show me that like the entirety of the movie? Like they didn't wish for him to do that?
Yeah, I'll send you the movie.
You send me the movie.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just argue a consistency thing since you like to argue consistency. There's multiple statements.
Okay, wait. So you're not finishing that statement.
I'll steel man it. I'll just say that like maybe in this instance he just pulls out the sword, whatever. So I think that this Jinn is a different Jinn because the first two movie Jinns are different or are a different Jinn. The third and fourth movie are different Jinn. He's using like all of the movies, so that's a comp character for one. But for two, this also shows the idea that like the fucking like consistency thing, like he was arguing consistency earlier, that these Jinn before were reliant on wishes and like this random Jinn after is not, like that's just an outlier. So I don't care. It can be dismissed.
Yeah. So can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Noodles is trying to bring up consistency. I think I've through the feats I've consistently shown, and this is definitive in this case. So he does have this power. So his statement just would not be true. So in this case, that it's not true. I'm arguing that do you know that the Jinn has an ulterior goal when he has people make wish, and that's why the only reason he has people make wishes. Hello.
Just make your argument, bro.
Yeah, so that's the reason, and the reason is to be able to free the rest of the Jinn, which is his ultimate goal. That's what he's there to do.
Yeah, he wants to get three wishes to free the Jinn to come over to the world because they're bound.
Okay, so you understand. So let me finish. So yeah, understanding that, it follows from him having this desire and this ultimate evil goal, he's trying to deceive people, which we've agreed he does. He's deceptive to get these wishes off, even though he can use his powers, as we've just shown he can use his powers. Now, the only thing up to, I guess, understanding is whether this is consistency, but at minimum, he does this thing and is deceptive. So I think I've demonstrated this thing could not be the case logically because guess what? Granted, at least in one instance, but probably more.
Okay,
He can
cool.
use his powers without wishes. Okay.
All right, sick. Let's go to this inaccessible point. So yeah, the Jinn were like able to dwell in a space before time even existed. So why are these?
Wait, where
Jinn
does it
not
say that?
Look, it says, once in a time, before time, God breathed life into the universe, and life gave birth to the angels, and earth gave birth to man, and the fire gave birth to jinns, condemned to dwell in the void between worlds.
Wait, I'm sorry. How is there a sequential order of events in a time before time? If there's, and I'm sorry, what does a time before time mean that there's not even a time in general as
There's
a
another
concept?
statement that just said that they existed before time existed. Like, they're just older than time. Like, if you want that as well.
Wait, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm addressing this scan. Can we address this scan before we move to another one? Because I brought up two logical errors in this
basically
statement.
just in fiction, yeah, like logically in like real life that wouldn't work, but in fiction they can go beyond the boundaries of physics and logic. So
Can you show that? Wait, okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, so this is like out of tier in like inaccessible sense, and it's out of tier in like a physics sense as well. Like this is also like physics manipulation.
Wait, there's two ways. That's 2 points. Okay, the first thing was
one scan that
fiction.
makes 2 points. I'm sorry. Like we'll address.
Okay, that's shotgunning. That's shotgunning. No. That's shotgunning.
I will address them one by one.
Wait, yes. He's literally said he'll address it one by one.
Yeah, we'll go one
okay,
by
so
one.
can we wait, Tigger? Can we ignore the second point and just say this?
Yes.
Sorry, let me finish. Say this was not admitted until I address the first point because he admits this is a shotgun. This nigga said fiction can allow these logical impossibilities as well as the fact that this is some kind of physics manip. So can we go to the first one? Okay, so how you just claimed fiction can allow logical impossibilities. Please explain.
So like it's stated that these Jinn are older than time, which obviously wouldn't be logically possible, but it happened in fiction, so it allows for logical impossibility. No, it's not. This is the evidence to suggest that logical impossibility can exist in fiction. Like that is evidence of it.
That's circular. Okay, well,
no, it's not. How's that circular?
Okay,
if I say, hold on, like
let me write out the premise. Can I write out the premise?
No. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. You made a point. Let me respond. So
you asked the question.
The argument is this. I say that logical impossibility can occur in fiction, and then Geass would go, all right, how is that true? And then I would say, well, in the Wishmaster series, the Jinn are stated to be older than time when they can exist without time. That is a logical impossibility that would not be able to happen in real life. Therefore, a logical impossibility can happen in fiction. Almost like that's evidence of it.
Can I? Yeah, let me write out your premises. 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh shit! 1 second. All right. So I wrote out why this is circular. Yeah. Sorry. So your premise leads back to the conclusion. It's actually a form of circularity called question begging. Or
you forgot a few premises. Is why it appears circular. You just wrote it wrong.
Okay, where would you insert these premises, Noodle?
Yeah, so here. Let's copy the same question. The question's fine. So, and then I'll show you the premises that would follow. Okay. Question: why can logical possibilities occur in fiction? Premise 1. Things
you don't have to like annotate it. You can just
things cannot exist before time in real life. Premise 2. The Jinn exist before time in fiction. Conclusion. Fiction can have impossible or logical impossibilities. There's a non-circular argument that works completely okay.
Okay. The issue here is if you ask the question, how do you know the Jinn can exist before time in fiction? What's the answer?
How do you know the Jinn can exist before time? It's stated that they can exist before time.
Yes, Let's go.
Why is that circular?
Here, let me write it out. I'll write it out for you, buddy.
I just showed you how an argument that was not circular.
Okay, wait. You wrote your premise. I'm going to demonstrate why it's not. Can you just wait until I finish?
Go ahead.
You just saying I wrote something to say I wrote something doesn't change anything.
Yeah, like, all right. So Geass. So
No. Let me finish the premise I was writing. It'll be done.
You already said it, so I already know what you're.
I'm writing it out to demonstrate
write it out, Geass.
pure
I got you. That's
circularity.
fine. Continue to
Just
write
like
it out.
I watched you do. So just wait.
Okay, go ahead.
I know that Hot and Ready is going crazy, so just chill out, bro. All right.
I don't work at Little Caesars no more.
Damn, sounds like Geass is gonna get banned.
Oh yeah, Geass wanted to talk about all that shit talking, but he been doing a lot too. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
I don't talk stuff. I don't know what that is. Hey, wait, did y'all ban Zaji? I wanted to invite him.
You mean that dick sucker from yesterday that was like slopping on
Okay,
your
no,
knob?
bro. He's trying to no, bro.
I'm not packing you. I'm not
Nah.
packing you.
In fairness, he isn't packing you.
Exactly.
He is packing somebody else.
He
though,
said
but
this
I will say,
person that was slobbing on your knob. How's that not a
I'm not
pack?
packing you. That what you think? Like if someone said someone was sucking my dick, I don't take that as an insult. That's a good thing. That just means someone
It's
likes.
not. I'm straight.
Well,
That's a pack.
yeah,
I'm straight. That's a
yeah,
pack. I'm
yeah,
straight. That's a
yeah.
pack.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Well, hear me out. If Spencer, all right, never mind.
All right, I take that as an insult.
Can we debate? Can we just drop this debate and argue why slobbing nods is good or bad?
Okay.
right,
This
let me
is
look.
the circularity.
Let me see. Question: how do you know the djinn exists in time before fiction? Premise: the verse states he can. Conclusion: he can. All right. So let me reverse this on you. Right? How do you know the wishmasters can like attack without other people wishing for them?
Through the feats that are shown in the verse.
Oh, that's circular.
No, it's foundational on our senses.
Oh, wait
right?
a minute. That's circular, Geass.
No,
Wait, hold on. Let me write this out for you. Hold on. Let me write this out.
Wait, can I? Wait, I wasn't done answering the question. I wasn't done answering the question.
Hold on. Let me.
I was not done answering the question. Can I finish what I was saying?
Hold on. Let me write this out for you.
Nigga, can I? He's just yelling over me.
No, let me write this out for you.
He's yelling over me. He just cuts me off.
Come on.
Okay, thank you. Let me finish. Okay. So under a foundationalist view, we actually use our senses, right? Empiricism as our foundation for other knowledge. So you do understand if you finish the argument you're trying to, you'd have to concede that your eyes cannot justify what you're seeing in fiction. So you'd have to concede everything that occurred through your scans could not be the case.
Hold on one second.
So wait, any art? Wait,
I need you to repeat
I'm
that.
not done. Okay, yeah, I can do it.
I didn't hear what you said. God damn.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start again. Under a foundationalist view, it's taken that our senses or empiricism are the foundation for other knowledge. If that weren't the case, if you finish the argument you're trying to make, you'd have to concede everything you've shown and seen through a scan is not the case because it resorts to some foundation in the senses. So unless you want to give up all your scaling, which you're welcome to do, or anything you've said thus far that relies on your senses, you'd have to understand foundationalism takes this thing, which is your senses, to be the case. So using it as a circular argument just defeats the idea of foundationalism.
Okay, hold on one second. So, in this argument, I'm using my eyes to read the screen. That's a form of empiricism. It's almost like I was using empiricism to decide this.
No, you're using the statement. You didn't actually see the djinn in the time before time. You did not use your senses.
No,
you're
they stated it though.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're reading a statement and this interpretation. So let me finish. No. Let me finish. Okay.
Okay.
He's annoying. Like, okay. So empiricism is a first-hand view. You can't hear someone say something, and that is taken as empiricism.
Yes,
you have to. I'm sorry. Do you have an empirical statement if you hear hearsay?
It's not hearsay. It's a narrator statement. That's a state of being.
Okay, the narrator can give hearsay. You don't know what
the omniscient narrator can give hearsay, or you were no. I almost broke it. No, they can't. That's a literal narrator. That's we're making a state of being for the fucking movie.
can the narrator mislead a reader or watcher?
Somebody.
Wait, I'm sorry. Let me.
Saying what the verse
Okay,
is.
Noodles, you're just repeating yourself.
Noodles,
you're just repeating yourself to yell. Can I finish? What I'm saying is, can the narrator mislead a reader or writer?
No, they
Can
can't.
they be wrong?
No.
So a narrator isn't possibly wrong.
No, show me a possibility for the narrator being wrong.
Wait, is there any? There's no contradiction involved.
Tell me any time a narrator's ever been wrong in fiction, bro.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you agree possibilities come from there being no contradiction earlier, you use logical possibility.
Are you meditating?
Here,
Are you meditating right now? Are you meditating?
No, I'm reviewing your argument.
Oh, okay. Then argue within the debate. Don't try and argue about my foundationalism and shit.
That's
meditating. That's not even allowed.
Tigga, am I allowed to respond? This nigga's just yelling over me. Okay, so what I'm saying is,
I'm about to make both of y'all conclude on this dumbass point for real.
Yeah. So let me finish. Okay. So earlier in the debate, you used the argument, and this is what follows from your logic. Possibility is logical possibility, meaning it derives no contradictions. There is no contradiction involved with a narrator possibly being flawed in what they're saying. So it would be possible under the view you yourself have used and logical possibility.
All right. I'm ready to go to my scaling for my character and scale the blob now. We can just drop this. So
okay, can I finish what I was saying? I was on the last point, which was you
just made a point. Let me go to my point. Come on.
No. I'm not done with this. I'm not done with this point. I would not move on until I'm finished.
I'm done with this point. I'm done with this point. I'm not arguing about this point anymore. Tigga,
you can tell him. Tigga, you can tell him to either be quiet or let me finish. It doesn't matter.
Bro. Jesus.
Okay, so it's literally gonna be 2 sentences. Just let me finish. Okay. What I'm saying is, so I've demonstrated in this instance and through the syllogism I gave, this is circular. If Noodles denounces foundationalism, which is empiricism at its core, our ability to sense things, he also denies his ability to read, write, etc., and to even view the story. So if he denies this thing, he denies any scans he sent, they'd just be dismissed. But him having to accept them, right, if he, I guess, drops his argument altogether, means that this thing could not be the case because of circularity, and he has not demonstrated outside of this circularity that impossibilities, i.e. a time before a time, that's not a thing, that's just a time, right? And it denotes a temporal space, as well as the fact that these follow sequentially. When he says, the narrator says, once in a time before a time, God breathed fire into the universe, and the light gave birth to angels, meaning following after. A time sequence without time? How does that happen? And the earth gave birth to man. And the fire gave birth to the jinn. It all follows sequentially. He's denying time while using it in the same statement. So
how about this? What if there's a hyper time that just encompasses normal time?
Can you demonstrate hyper time? What is that?
Hyper time.
Can you demonstrate it's even a thing? That's even a concept.
It could be a thing. It could be theoretically a thing. So hyper time is this idea that there could be a timeline that exists in a higher dimensional plane that encompasses a lower level of time. This is an idea that was presented in physics, right? You're a physics major, right? This is the idea that
can you demonstrate it's true?
DC, for instance, could be a thing. I'm not saying it's true. We don't know if real time is true. We don't know anything, honestly.
I don't disagree. I disagree with that, but go ahead.
Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to make this argument. This is whatever. It's even meta debating, so I don't even want to argue about this. I want to go to the next point.
Okay. Even if that were true, it would still be a time. A hyper time would just be another time with more dimensions. Okay.
Yeah, but that would mean it would still be inaccessible in speed, so it wouldn't help you.
Okay, I disagree with that. Again, could you prove the hyper time and the other statement you made about time?
What do you mean? Can I prove it? What are you asking me to prove specifically?
You're saying this thing, when you say you were dropping it,
you were arguing that this is necessarily a contradiction. I was showing you a way that it's not necessarily a contradiction.
Even if it were a hyper time, it would just be another time. So that would be a separate thing to say.
It's a contradiction, though. He would be in a time before time, right? So it would be he'd be in super time. That's above that, basically before time even exists. So
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, why does I'm sorry, even if a hyper time were the case, why would that be before time? I don't understand how you're using temporal.
It's stated before time. Is why I'm saying that. I'm applying this to.
Okay, that refers back to that circularity. I don't care.
Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I want to say that the blob is gonna melt this dude for 2 weeks until he is in submission. That's a win condition. The blob can melt.
Your win con is to melt.
Yeah, melt him for 2 weeks, bro.
Does he have? I'm sorry. What's his AP for melting? What can and can't he melt?
He can melt like small buildings and stuff.
I'm sorry. Where does he do that?
You want to see him like melt in his building? Yeah, I got you.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the right blob.
If anyone else has it, you can send the
Oh,
scan.
yeah, by the way, this is so you guys know that I had to throw out all of my preparation. I was going to use Pazuzu. I'm having to use a respect thread right now because I didn't actually get to use any of my prep. This is me just beating up Geass, literally, like, without preparation.
You've seen a debate with me and the Blob. So
Kind
you
of.
definitely had prep. You actually judged the debate. What?
Yeah, but the guy using the Blob was terrible. It doesn't count.
He still used his feet, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it was still terrible, though. Yeah, large enough to fill a movie.
That doesn't matter. He presented info on the Blob. Just show the info.
Large enough to fill a movie.
We're not asking you for new meta arguments. Just give the info.
There. Well, he filled a movie theater. That's building level.
That's not what I asked you for. I asked you, can he? I'm sorry. I asked you to demonstrate that he can melt buildings. I asked for
acid. He's made of acid, bro. He can melt metal. He
can
melt.
Prove that.
Oh, you want to see him melting metal? I can totally do that, bro. That's not even hard.
Yeah, sure.
Here's him dissolving a man in a few minutes, which is bone, which is tougher than the material in the theater as well.
I disagree with that. Can you demonstrate that?
Yeah, you want to see bone density versus like seat.
Wait. One, show the metal, then show the bone density.
Yeah, bone density.
I asked for the metal first. Can you show that?
No, I'll show bone density first, and then I'll show metal first. So here's your bone density.
Okay, he dropped the metal point. He's moving on to a different point and jumping his burdens. I'm asking for one thing, and he shows me something different. Okay, so he didn't show metal. Metal was not shown. Bone density. Go ahead.
He drops acid, ate through a wooden table. Here's him breaking through wood. So if that building was made of...
I didn't ask for that. This is a shotgun. Tigger, this is a shotgun. I'm asking for one thing at a time.
This is a point all-encampassing...
Tigger, he's shotgunning me.
It's that room...
I literally asked him for metal, and this thing is showing me wood and bones.
Bro. I think he's just like trying to do all of the AP, okay? He's gonna like start off.
Wait. Here. Can we do it feet by feet? He literally dropped. Tigger, mute him. Tigger, he's just yelling.
God damn.
He's putting down. Okay, he just put the scan for metal. Okay, yeah. So
I'm sorry. Can I go through these one at one, Tigger? Because I've literally the first thing I asked him for was metal. Then he showed me bones and wood.
In fairness, right? If he's melting metal, right? Then he's probably melting wood and bone. So
can I address the feats one by one though?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Can I wait, Tigger? Can we disregard the rest until I address the metal first?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Can you show where he melts the metal grates? Why can't he just seep through it like Play-Doh or fucking slime or some shit?
He melts what?
The metal grates. Why can't he just seep through it like fucking slime or?
You can see it melting on the screen. Aren't you like arguing earlier that the way we come through to like these conclusions is through?
I don't see that.
You don't see it melting?
Is there any evidence it's melting? I literally just see him fall through it. How do you know it's melting?
Let me grab the respect thread again. Let me see if I can find something else. Hold on. There's tons of stuff.
If it's in the movie, whoever has it, you're welcome to drop it. I don't want to rat on the scans, but yeah.
Yeah, just basically anything that like.
If anybody has the scan, y'all can do it. It's 7:13 now. 7:28 should be the time.
You want to see like acid interacting with it too, just to show you like it's like.
I prefer you show me the scan I asked for it in the order I asked for it.
Okay, well if someone else has the scan of the metal stuff, that'd be cool. But hold on. It's able to melt wood and stuff, so it'd be able to melt. I'll drop the metal point, and what I'll say is
Okay,
it's
you
able to
drop
melt
that
wood.
point then.
Hold on. I'll say it'll be able to melt a wooden building that's the size of like the inside of a
Okay,
theater.
where's that demonstrated? Where's it
Look
demonstrating you
at
can
the
melt
like
wood?
tiny droplet of like blob it fell on the table, like it's melting
Okay.
over the table. So it would be able to melt wood as well.
Okay, it can break wood. Sorry, it can melt through wood.
Okay,
What's
so
the
it'd be able to melt
durability
through
of
a
that
wooden
wood?
building as well, right? Since it can grow the size of a building. Fair?
Yeah, it can melt things out of wood, sure.
Okay, so it'd be able to melt a wooden building. Fair?
I don't know how thick the building is, but if it's the same thickness as the table, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. And it also melts humans, so it would logically be able to melt Dijin. So
Yeah, it can melt humans. Okay, so wait, no, I disagree with the Jin having the same durability though. But okay, so it can melt humans and wood. Is that all its durability? Just base
melting
human and
isn't
wood?
a durability thing. Melting is like your resistance to heat capacity. What's Jin's resistance to heat capacity?
Oh, I'm gonna get to that in my scaling. I was just wondering what this is.
I was just showing that it can melt. So could you show me that Jin can resist melting?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in my scaling.
Well, go
So
ahead then.
is
Go
there
ahead.
any? Is there any? Well, let me finish. Is there any AP for this? This hacks? Is
He
it
just
just
melts, bro. I mean, I already said that
okay?
he can
So
melt them.
no, it's scale. Okay,
If I
so
need to,
AP scales
if I
nowhere.
need to apply AP, I'll do it later when it comes relevant. It's not relevant right now, so I don't need to.
Okay, so he can melt wood and base humans. Okay, cool. Wait, and one last question. Do you know how long it takes him to melt base humans?
We can look at the scan. It doesn't take him long. He can like devour them really fucking quickly.
Okay, so yeah, you could show that.
Okay. Like he eats someone mid driving, like it was like really fast. So here's a good example of like him just like melting through someone's bone and shit. Look how big that boy is. He a big boy.
Wait, nothing happens after the. We just see it get covered up by the. What? We see it get covered up by the mountain that is the blob. Why?
Yeah, but then like
Where do
as
you
soon
even see
as
the
like,
melting?
it cuts after that and he's gone. So it's like you did it
Where
like in
does
a
it
really
show him
fucking long
gone?
time.
Where does it show him gone?
Oh my gosh, bro. Here.
It's literally like saying something pans away and we see nothing. So
Yeah,
here's
but I
anything.
mean it's like implying it's because they had bad effects back then and they couldn't just show people getting melted all the time because it was like hard to
Okay,
like replicate on
could you
screen.
show what happens after? Because I don't accept
I
that.
could, but I'd have to go into the movie. I didn't have prep for this, so hold on. Let me see if I can find an easier one here.
I'll send you a scan to the
Blob
Blob movie.
melts somebody. Let's just look that up.
Okay.
I'm sure
So I just take this as him being covered up by the Blob. Go ahead.
Blob melts someone videos. If anyone has a scene of literally any of the scenes of the Blob melting somebody, that works too. Hold on 1 second. The second Blob movie probably is better for this.
Okay. Is this Beware the Blob?
Yeah, here's him like consuming a man before.
Wait,
he
I'm
can
sorry.
wake up.
If this is Beware the Blob, I'm curious of when it came out or the second Blob movie came out.
Oh, it's old.
Can you
like,
demonstrate that?
You want to see? Hold on.
Yeah, because there is one that's newer.
It's not the new one. You can look at it and see it's older. But Blob 2 movie came out in 1972.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. But yeah, he's able to melt him before he even chops off his own arm. And he's also restricting his movement too, so that would be another thing.
Ooh, I would like to address one thing at a time. So you said he melted his arm, and I'm going to disregard that second comment.
Yeah.
Is that in scans or? Hello?
What?
Is this in scans or?
Did I not put it in scans? Hold on. Oh, my bad.
Wait, what? All that happens is he overtakes his arm. What does that mean? He melted through it.
He's screaming because it's melting him the entire time, and then he dies after that scene.
It can be okay. Show the after where he dies, but it could
Oh
just
my
be melting
God. I
his
don't
skin,
have
and that could be painful.
movie. Why aren't you being such a bitch about this? What do you think the Blob does? You think it just like grabs them and then lets go after? Like, no, they die. They get melted. Here, I have the fucking scene.
That has nothing to do with what I'm asking.
45 seconds, retard.
Wait, bro, he just keeps.
You did it earlier, bro. I don't care.
No, I did not. No, I
You're
did
being
not.
an asshole about this. Like, this isn't like I don't even know why you're.
Tigga,
Like,
he's just
care about
packing.
this.
Tigga, he's just packing. Tigga, he's just packing.
Oh my gosh.
I don't I'm like with like I stated earlier in other debates, the aggressiveness of just calling someone a retard while giving a point. I don't think back it. Being completely derailing and being like your mama's so fat that she can barely put on the windbreaker.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what
that's
I'm
fine.
talking about.
All right,
45
so
seconds.
where
Completely dissolves a man instantly. Like, it's just melting the
this
shit
this
out
is
of
a
him.
different instance. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that works though. There's tons of
This is
instances
no.
where he smells people.
Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's just tons of instances where he melts
Yeah,
people.
yeah. This is the earlier.
What's the
instance.
timestamp?
Wait, I'm sorry.
45 seconds. The entire clip was a timestamp, literally.
All right, thank you.
No, I'm only taking one instance at a time, so I think that's a shotgun if he says the entire thing. But
Do any of the instances, bro.
so at 25, this is the one that asked me to question what's the time frame in which he melts people.
I said 45. Go to 40 actually, because it starts there.
Does it show when he started melting him? Because all I see is he's already encompassed in this.
It doesn't matter. He melted his arm within a few seconds, so that's all that matters. Shows you can do it.
Age restricted piece of shit.
All right, sure. So I'll put it at some seconds. It's fine.
I mean, you count the seconds. Like, if he did it in 3 seconds. Literally.
The movie doesn't have
and the time frame it grabs onto his arm, like we see it on his arm. The time frame it breaks is.
Wait, I'm sorry. This.
But some seconds is fine.
Scenes.
Some seconds is fine. I shouldn't even argue.
No. I'm sorry. This is skipping scenes. Now that I see
know
that,
because it's a kill count. It's not like an actual.
This literally skips frames. Can you show the actual scene?
No.
Okay, so if you can't instantiate that frames are being skipped here, and I'm asking
you, can
show
you
the
see
skip
on
frames?
panel that he's melting him. Like you can see his face, like is fine one instance, and then
how do you know the blob didn't? How do you know the blob didn't stop and get eliminated?
He's able to deteriorate skin within a few seconds. I don't care. You literally see it on screen when he does it. Like you can see his face fine, and then his face not fine. So that's evidence, right? We use our eyes to see things, so that's how you do it.
Frames are skipped there. They're literally skipped.
No, frames are not skipped.
Can you prove that? Can you show that?
We can move on from this point. I don't care about this.
Okay, Let me finish. Noodles isn't showing the frames that are being skipped. I'm asking for. He has no idea when this time frame is. Unquantifiable time for breakdown. Thank you.
Here, I'll just show you the movie. That way you can go watch
the thing I asked for earlier. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, here, The Blob, 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Someone have a link to the full movie of the Blob?
Watching it right now.
Is it
Yeah, I'm watching the movie right now.
of like the scene we're talking about? That was like this.
I'm trying to find it.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to run to the bathroom real quick. All right. My bad. I actually just went and talked to Nyan to go prepare all my research for the video. I'm just playing. All right, let's look at this shit. All right, here's a whole scene of someone just being melted from start to finish. Would that work for you?
Different scene, but show it.
Yeah, different scene, but I mean, like the entire movie are these kind of scenes, so I didn't figure out this would be an argued point. Have you seen the Blob?
Parts.
Then why are you arguing it with this?
Because I can be. Didn't you use skepticism earlier?
Yeah, but that's because I didn't watch the other movies.
Okay.
I'm not a disingenuous rat face.
Oh, you aren't? Okay, that's cool.
There.
Sure. So it takes up to a minute to melt.
Sometimes depends on how big he is. The bigger he is, the faster he melts.
So in this instance, I mean, this is the only instance I've actually seen.
I'm saying he's going to melt him for 2 weeks repetitiously anyway, so it doesn't matter if it takes a minute. He's going to be there for 2 weeks. So.
Okay, so yeah, about a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
So, I mean, I can argue durability as well if you want. I need to probably do that, but I don't know if you wanted to scale your character or your character's AP. And
If you have anything to add to your scaling, please finish.
Okay, I'll go ahead then. So you're aware like physical attacks don't like conventionally work on the Blob because he's just a blob of goo. So
what do you mean, like hacking,
like
slashing,
shotgun blast, hacking, slashing, pouring acid on it didn't work. Electric lines didn't work. Fire didn't work. Stuff like that.
Can you show like as long as you show like the physical attacks don't work, that's fine. But can you show that?
Would a shotgun blast be good enough for you?
Yeah, sure. Just show it doesn't damage him.
Okay. Just ate that shit, big old blob boy. Here's another instance of it too, just so you know it's consistent.
Know if it's a shotgun.
You can look at it.
It's either a shotgun or a rifle, but
rifles are more powerful than shotguns, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, can you show that you even shot it here?
Do I need to pixel scale the angle of that dude's shotgun on the bottom?
No, I didn't see anything fire though. In the second scan, I see blast coming, like flashes coming from the shot.
It's an old movie, man. Like you gotta understand these movies. There's a sound that plays. It's just a GIF. Holy
Okay,
shit!
I
Yes.
I don't accept that first one, but the second one, sure, he shot a shotgun at it.
Didn't hurt him. He kept
How
going
do you
for
know
it.
it didn't hurt him? How do you know it didn't take damage?
Because he still is going after it, even after he gets shot like 3 times in a row.
Can you not move? Why can't you move after you get shot? Humans
Okay,
can do
so you
that.
want me to show that he's still moving after getting shot? I got you.
No, I'm asking you why does moving mean that you did not take damage?
They
You can
say in there that he's like unfazed with like getting hit by like that's not the way he gets defeated. So like the way he gets defeated is
you
I'm not
didn't
gonna
answer
tell
my
you that.
question.
It's not the way he gets defeated, so it's not the way he loses to that shotgun, and he just eats it. He's a blob of goo. Like he would melt the bullets. Like why he doesn't
Yeah,
have any organs? Like why would it physically affect him?
you're posing a negative. It's an argument from ignorance. I'm
No,
asking
it's
you the
not.
positive.
That's not an argument
I'm
for ignorance.
I'm asking you. Okay, I'm
Hold on, an
posing.
argument of ignorance is saying that something
Can
is
I
true.
answer like what? Like I
Well, no,
was
you just made an
responding and
argument.
just
Let me respond to it. That way, it doesn't go unanswered. So, an argument from ignorance is the
sure go.
idea that if we don't have evidence of something, it's not true, right? That's an
Okay,
argument from
so
ignorance.
okay, let me
I'm
respond.
asking a
So if
question. I'm not done. I'm not done.
yeah, if you let me
Okay,
respond.
that's an argument from ignorance. I'm not saying that there's a lack of evidence, therefore it's not true. I'm saying there is evidence to suggest that he doesn't have organs, right? He's a fucking bacteria that grew into a blob that has no skin, no organs, so why would it affect him? It's your obligation to say, oh, this physical attack would affect him. So why would it?
Yeah, so Noodles is doing what's called shifting the burden. It's fallacious. I asked
No.
them why the Let me finish. I asked them why the positive, as you claim, he doesn't take damage. So I ask you, how do you know just because he moves that he does not take damage? Okay, he poses the negation of that and tries to shift that burden onto me. Even if I were to fulfill that, that still doesn't show why the positive. That leads to argument from ignorance. Lack of knowledge does not entail claim. Thank you. Okay.
It's not a lack of knowledge. I already have knowledge that he doesn't have organs and skin, and you would be you if you're going to be the one to argue.
Wait,
'Cause for
is
one,
that a separate
hold on,
argument?
I would agree with you if you were taking a neutral stance, right? That like, oh well, it's your obligation, but you're going to be arguing that he's going to be using a physical attack, right?
No, I'm not. No, I
Okay, so
posed the.
so, then, so
Let me
you're
finish.
not
Let me
okay.
finish. I
Hold on,
wasn't.
hold on,
My
hold on,
question.
hold
My
on.
answer wasn't done.
Let me
My
finish.
answer wasn't done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Let me ask you this: if there's no,
My
if you're not
answer
going to use a
wasn't done.
physical
What?
attack, if you're not going to use a physical attack, there's no point in me bringing this up,
That's
right?
not what I said. Okay, what I
So you're
said
going to use
was.
physical attack. So prove that his physical
Wait,
attacks are okay.
okay, Tigger, am I allowed to respond, or is
yeah,
this just
yeah. Like he has to
Oh my
respond real
god.
quick.
Okay.
he's trying to pose false dilemmas? Let me answer. So in the case that I'm posing skepticism, right, which is just saying, how do you know what you know? You claim that I must answer the negative for it not to be the case. That is an argument from ignorance.
No,
Okay.
negatives
So
have to be answered just like positives.
let me finish. Okay. So the positive has not been answered. He also proposes, which I guess I didn't know this was a shotgun, but organs and skin equals no damage, right? The only thing you need for damage is pain receptors. Can you show, as your claim entails, that only organs and skin are needed for damage to be accepted?
Yeah, I can show you that it has no pain receptors. Would that work?
I guess sure.
All right, gotcha.
And I'm ignoring the second scan until this middle one is addressed, or this last scan until this middle one's addressed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show it
Or
to you.
dismiss it, please.
Well, I'm not arguing it yet. I'm just posting scans so I can argue them later.
Okay, you all judges, please dismiss that second to last scan until this point is finished. Okay, what does that GIF show? Wait.
The second one is them putting acid on the blob, or the last one is them putting acid on the blob.
Okay, how does that show the claim of no pain receptors?
It's in the beginning of the movie, and he continues to grow and not give a fuck.
I'm sorry, that just goes back to your argument that moving equals no pain, and I'm not asking that, so we can
Okay, well,
move
if he
on.
can continue to go after getting shot by a shotgun and continue to attack people after getting shot by a shotgun and acid, then, like, what's the point? It doesn't hurt him. Like, it might as well not hurt him. He's still doing the same thing he was doing before.
You did not, yeah. I
Even
don't
if
know
it's
if you
not,
just.
even if it's not hurting him
Wait, I was
painfully.
trying to respond. Can I finish? So
Yeah,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying is,
Go ahead.
even if you, I don't know if you're arguing with yourself, that doesn't answer any of the questions I just asked, and you just continuing to use the same argument as argument from repetition. We can go ahead.
Okay. So no, I was just arguing that if he does the same thing even after getting shot and getting acid burnt on him, then then he tanked it. It's his durability. Like if you fight someone, right, you get shot and you continue fighting and doing the same thing you do after, we would consider that a durability feat. We'd consider that a tank feat, right? We would say the same thing. That's what the Blob's doing.
Okay, so I'll respond to that. We can go on. You just continuing to use the same argument to say, in an analogy, if you move after being hit or attacked in some way, still doesn't answer the question.
It's not just
How do you
moving,
know?
though.
Let me finish.
It's a straw man, though, so I don't have to.
Sure, growing let me finish. Growing or moving, because you did
Nope,
use
that's also a straw man.
grow.
That's not everything I said.
Okay,
I said
continuing. Okay,
moving and attacking and doing the same things you were doing before the attack hit
that's
you.
what I just said.
No, that's not
Okay,
what you
so
said.
let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. No, I didn't. Growing,
I'm not going to let you
moving.
finish if you straw man, so stop arguing that.
Take it. Am I allowed to respond, or is this just
How
going
did
to be
you
him?
straw man? That's how this works. Oh my god, man.
I don't know if he has like a narcolepsy episode, but let me finish. What I'm saying is,
he's falling asleep. Are you retarded?
Yeah, I know you're retarded. So what I'm saying is, in the case that he's moving, growing, or continuing to move, which is just moving, it still doesn't demonstrate no pain receptors. And even in the case where they pour acid on him, if he's acidic in nature, why would that damage him? It's like saying I'm pouring water on a dolphin. It should damage the dolphin. Okay, so we can finish. I'm done.
Okay, I'm done with my scaling for now. You can do your scaling.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second. I'm grabbing my shit. Would you accept what's his name, Wishmaster above peak human, or at least the peak human? Sorry.
He got beat up by a human without wishes, so no.
Okay. In his demon form, I'll just demonstrate it. It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
All right, let me get the timestamp. 1 second. All right, I got it. Okay. All right, so here he literally breaks through the dude's hands and burns his fist. He's obviously stronger and more durable than the person's fist he just crushes and pulls out.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'd be at least peak human. He's able to break.
I disagree
bones
with that, but you
casually.
already know my reason for disagreement, so.
Okay. So yeah, here he'd be at least peak human. Yeah, I think that would scale his speed and AP. He's literally able to stop this guy, break his fist, pull out his bones, and so yeah, that would put him above the average human to be able to do that. So
Can I also just say a speed thing real quick? Blob's also able to blitz humans, so can I do that?
he can blitz. Wait, what? This is going back to his scaling. Why are we
You didn't
backtracking?
think about speed. Would you be willing to let me go back?
No, we said I'm done with your scaling. What are you doing?
I don't think there's any rules to this debate, so guess what?
Yeah, that's backtracking. Tigger, that's backtracking. He's literally.
Wait a minute.
Tigger, we literally stopped his scaling. I said, are you
wait,
1 feet.
wait,
1 feet. Give me 1 feet.
This is super backtrack.
Something's off here. Something's off.
Give me 1 feet,
what?
Tigger.
No, he's backtracking like shit. You're letting him go
I'm not
to
asking
multiple
you. I'm
points.
not asking you. Yes, I'm asking Tigger. Tigger, can I get 1 speed feet?
I'm talking to Tigger.
I'm talking to Tigger.
No, we're going back. That'd be going back to your.
We literally said,
all right, fine. No speed. I don't need the speed.
Okay. Okay, so I put my character significantly above and can react before base humans, right? And I demonstrate that. So he has
That's not
AP
putting him
above.
significantly above.
Okay,
How do you know
whatever.
he's just not overpowering him?
He'd be able to strike first. Okay.
Why? Wait, when does he do that? He just gets up and then he punches him in the face. Normal humans are relative to each other and can do that.
Okay, whatever. If you want to wait, I'm sorry. I can just put this at AP. I don't care. He can be strong enough to break this person's bone with his bare fist, right?
Okay, cool.
So his AP would be at least peak human. AP scale to durability, Newton's third law. Do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with that. I think you understand.
Okay. So let me get my speed feats 1 second, or my separate speed feats.
Also, boyos, I want this debate to be finished.
We're about to go to conclusions.
Yeah, it's about to be. I'm almost done with that.
I'm gonna let him finish whatever he's got. I'm gonna go to conclusions. So.
8:15. That's the
It
end.
won't even take that long.
I have speed and then my abilities, and I should be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm getting my scan. Give me 1 moment.
Gotcha. Man, honestly, Geass, if you just tell me what happens, I'll probably just accept it. So can you just tell me what happens? Geass. Geass. Someone message him.
He's deafened.
Oh.
Yeah, Tigger, you're about to sound real retarded after I say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yo, if you just do you have your stuff? If you don't,
I'm
it's cool.
almost done with that.
I'm basically just just finish if you're almost done. Never mind.
Okay. All right. I could put him at athletic human, so I guess a little bit above base human.
That's fine. I'll just accept it.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna do his hacks next. So give me 1 second.
Can you just tell me what hacks he has, and I'll probably accept them.
Okay. Here, 1 second.
You can just tell me.
I'm
seriously, just tell
I
me.
I don't remember them all off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Did you watch the Wishmaster movies?
It doesn't matter, but yeah.
You didn't watch them. I did though. One of them.
I've seen most of them. It doesn't matter. But okay, freezing, teleporting. I'm gonna go one by one. Do you disagree? Teleporting long range, summoning or conjuring, i.e., the angelic weapon he summons.
That's
Telekinesis, moving weapons without being able to without touching them. Pyrokinesis / fire manip. Hydromancy, probability manip, and yeah, that's
the only
pretty much.
Ability that he was seen using with without wishes was the weapon summoning one, which is fine, but I don't think physical attacks work on the Blob anyway.
Okay, I mean we disagree on that, so
yeah. So are we good? You want to go to conclusions?
No, I want to give my win cons.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, go ahead and give your win cons.
So yeah. With the Blob, with Jin getting off these abilities first, because he's athletic human. I would start with probability manip. So the Blob being able to move, he could reduce it to almost a 0% chance. So the Blob for a long time would just be stationary because he has probability manip and can reduce his accurate movement to close to 0%. Like he does in a casino, he makes everyone win, and that just shows his probability manip. But yeah, and I don't think Noodles was able to demonstrate he doesn't take damage from physical attacks, so he also can physically attack him and beat him. Because his durability would be base human, his speed would be base human, so he would win a matchup as long as he can physically attack him.
So your conclusion, or are you going?
No, I'm finished. I'm finishing my own cons. He can freeze him as well because the Blob is susceptible to freezing, and so he literally could just freeze the the liquid molecules in the Blob so that they're solid. Blob is stationary; it's just stuck there. It can't do anything. It's incapacitated. He does that for an hour. He wins. He potentially can just break the Blob up into pieces because it's now a solid and it's frozen shut or frozen still. And I have one more thing.
I'm going to go for 5 minutes, so just go to your conclusions after this. I got to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, can you hear what I'm saying?
No, just say it. I don't care. It'll be fine.
Okay. Oh, and he can also BFR the Blob. He can literally just send the BFR to hell, which he does in the movie. So Blob is now in, worst case, in temporary space, like where it just can't leave, and it's BFR'd away, right, for whatever time period it needs to be. And so when I think I demonstrated that he can use his abilities essentially without these being wishes, and one instance was even granted, right? So I think the statement that was brought up earlier would just be false. And so these abilities would all be granted to the Wishmaster now because there's nothing limiting his deceptive nature or that deceptive quote he uses to say these are the only abilities he can use outside of wish granting. So I think whenever Noodles is back, we can start. For the most part, I think that's it. But
actually, back.
We could just we'll wait for him to get back. Oh, okay.
I'm already back. I just want to pee real quick. So
I think that's pretty much it. I just want to cover all the bases.
You want to go to conclusions? I'm ready.
Yeah, we can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
You can start it off.
No, I want you to start.
Flip a coin.
All right. Heads or tails?
No, I meant Tigga flip a coin.
Not you. Gonna flip.
Yeah, fucking Joker.
I know Tigga's gonna want flip. I'm saying heads or tails to you. What do you want?
Heads.
Tigga, you're gonna decide.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can go first, Noodles. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, there's a lot of things in this debate. Basically, the first thing is I argued him out of tier with inaccessible speed and physics manipulation. He basically tried to argue against this by saying that this was like a logical impossibility and that logical impossibilities cannot happen in fiction. I showed him evidence that logical impossibilities can happen in fiction, such as like the whole Jin being able to be born before time exists, right? And he said, well, how do you know that's true? And I was like, well, the narrator states it. And he's like, well, how do you know the narrator's not? And how do you know the narrator's wrong? I said, the narrator's never wrong. Can you show me an instance where the narrator's wrong? And he never showed me a single instance. So I argued that the omniscient narrators were infallible. And that statement would still be applicable. And then he tried to meta-debate me about it. Like, no bullshit. This is what he verbatim said. Let me go back to what he said. He said this would Noodle's argument here would be arguing against foundationalism, which would affect his ability to even view the story. He's talking about me reading the story. That's meta debating. That's literally by definition what meta debating is. So he's breaking the rules with his own counter argument to that. So he's already out of tier to begin with physics manipulation and inaccessible speed. Not only that, I showed it was consistent that the Jinn required wishes to utilize their power. You can go back and chat. There was like 6 or 7 different instances that were posted, and there was only 1, maybe 2 instances where they utilized their power outside of wishes. And I argued they were outliers, and he never responded to that. I argued they were inconsistent, and he just said that they were okay. Not only this, but he was using Jinn from different movies that I argued were different characters that would go under the comp character rule, which is also not allowed. He was using characters that weren't allowed. He was using characters compiled together. Not only this, but I also destroyed him with his own empiricist syllogism argument, because he argued the reason he was arguing this was because my position was circular, right? Let's go back and read what the syllogisms were. He said, question, how do you know the Jinn exists in time before fiction? Premise, the verse states he can. Conclusion, he can. He argued that was circular. So I reapplied that same line of reasoning to him. I said, how do you know the Jinn can use their power without wishes? And he said, premise, the verse shows they can. Conclusion, he can. Right? That's the exact same line of reasoning just applied to his argument. So he, by his own reasoning, he would be losing all of his abilities by a circular reasoning. And he tried to defend this with like, oh, we see them do it, right? And I argued, well, we see the narrator state it. And then like the whole, like infallible narrator argument pursued after that, right? But he never argued against my narrator being infallible argument. He never once made a dispute against that. So he has to lose the argument just based on that alone. What else was there? He also, the only weapon he actually showed, or the only ability he actually showed that was being used without wishes was weapon summoning, which I brought up right before too. So sure, the weapon summoning, whatever, it had no AP. He never established AP for the weapon, right? I showed at least the Blob could tank shotgun blasts and acid, right? So at bare minimum, he's going to be able to tank anything the Jinn has. Okay, so he's just gonna keep moving forward and eventually dissolve this motherfucker until he's fucking sitting there for 2 weeks and I win. There's really no way to get around this argument. To top this all off too, like this is not even a part of the debate, honestly, but like the entire fucking rule set had to be changed so his character didn't immediately get shit on in the very beginning of the debate. If you look in rules, no time manipulation is allowed. I showed in the very beginning of the debate that he has time manipulation, and they had to change the rules just so the debate could even happen. And they wouldn't change the rules for me. The prep that I was doing for 4 days that Geass was so scared of, I wasn't even able to use, and I still whooped the dog piss out of him. Can you believe that? All right, Geass, there you go. Conclusions, buddy.
That was just packing. The last part of that wasn't even relevant.
Packing. It was all real shit.
Tigger, that wasn't even relevant. What the fuck? But okay. Either way, all right. So I'm going to conclude. But what I'm saying is, so the way the debate starts off, Noodles agrees. If he tries to backtrack on it, it's in the recording. He agrees that this is like a last minute condition that it wouldn't be sufficient. I don't care if he's complaining about it now. He already agreed to it. But
said it wasn't a part of the debates.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no reason for that. But what I'm saying is, and I'm going to go back to the scans. Give me 1 second. Yeah. To start the debate, there was the first scan, which Noodles tries to argue the Jinn can only grant wishes based on these, and it's based on this feat, based on him saying, do you know what it's like to have unreal or some amount of essentially immortal power without being able to use it without wishes, right? And I argue this by saying he's deceptive in nature, which Noodles grants. He is deceiving. The nigga literally says, can you do this thing? And doesn't mean it literally, means it hyperbolically, then grants it literally, i.e. meaning it would be deception by its nature, okay? And it was granted. So he is a deceiver. So we can't even trust what he's saying to be true. And to continue this argument, we get into whether there's motive for the Jinn, whether he's doing this thing for some reason or why he would do this thing. And I demonstrate, I think, to no contest, his point and the reason he's granting wishes in general is to get the Jinn free. That's his whole life goal, his mission. So when he's deceiving here, there's motivation, and there's justification for this being a deception, which was already agreed to. So I've shown this thing cannot be trusted, and there's even reason for it not to be trusted. So I think that goes through as a deception. And so that statement just wouldn't follow. That's the one statement that shows this thing. And so we go to the fight scene. I think that shows that this guy is using his abilities. Now, whether it's in question about whether he says, I want to get a better fight, so he shapeshifts, that's sure, that can be in question. The next scene where he shows he transforms from the human body to his demon form. Now we get into the argument about consistency. I think I demonstrated consistency by showing this person under the scenario where they're fighting someone stronger that gained strength, which it was pretty much agreed and at least uncontested that he did get stronger. The angel, when he essentially takes over the person, meets a challenge by immediately transforming. Now Noodles would be arguing the correspondence here is he doesn't like the skin or whatever reason. It could be some arbitrary reason, as he puts it. But what I'm giving is a correlation. I'm giving correspondence to say this person transforms in this scenario immediately after a stronger opponent arrives. Okay. Then he gives the interpretation of she says stop. There's no definition of stop that entails get stronger to fight this person so you can beat them and stop them from stopping you, which goes against the wish. So there's no reason the Jinn even interprets this to mean stop. So there it follows. And then the next scenario, we get into essentially whether stop means this thing. I show it's more popularly meant in a colloquial sense to stop from proceeding or to end the object or event. Yeah. So I think I've demonstrated the colloquial meaning and why this follows. I give the Jinn example of where he summons the sword, right? This is agreed to, right? He can summon a sword. So at minimum, there's one statement showing definitive that he can use his power without the ability without wishes being granted. So I demonstrated this with certainty, right? So now it's just showing a correspondence. There's correlation here in the transformation when he fights Michael, that he does this to get stronger. And with the freeze example, Noodles take this to mean wish. I ask why freeze means wish, and we get into the other points. And why freeze is a wish, right? And I think I demonstrated that circular, but so through correlation, my interpretation is inductively strong. His is inductively weak, and at minimum, it just couldn't be true because he grants this person can use their power without wishes. That just has to be the case because they grant it. Then we go into whether this person is out of tier, whether the Jinn's out of tier. I think Noodles loses this badly because he grants this thing is done in a time before a time. So even if he granted, I don't even know how this defeats that he didn't live in a time because it says he lives in a time before time. But even if that were granted for whatever reason, somehow a time before time isn't still time, it would still be illogical. We get into the illogical arguments. Everything he gives is purely circular. I show it's begging the question, right? I even demonstrate through the premises. How do you know that Jinn exists in a time before fiction? The verse states he can. Conclusion, he can. That's question begging because the premise follows the conclusion, right? And vice versa. It's circular. And so the second argument I give is, then Noodles goes into why foundationalism. I can dismiss this because foundationalism. And I demonstrate foundationalism presupposes or necessitates our ability to use our senses and empiricism to justify other things. So if he denies foundationalism, he would deny all his other arguments. And that would just follow because you have to read the scan to interpret the scan, right? So if he accepts that, he just lost all his scaling and all his contentions to my scaling through his worldview. Now, I don't accept that worldview, so I wouldn't accept that, right? That just wouldn't be something I accept to be the case. I accept foundationalism. If he denies it, he just lost everything. But and so my character would have to win because he just has no arguments. But take it to be I won that. Then there's no argument for why this is the case. And even in the case that somehow this won, I show the statement says, once in a time for a time, God breathed life into the universe. And the light gave birth to angels. And the earth gave birth to man. And the fire gave birth to the Jinn. This is a sequence of events, right? It's an order of events, okay? So if it's in order, it has to follow chronologically. That's just what order of events means. So I think I demonstrated that. I question essentially why Noodles feeds, like if we go into his scaling, I question why the blob can melt through the human body. He doesn't give me a time frame for that for the dude in the bed. And then we go on to whether he can, what is it? What was the last thing? Oh, sorry. He can melt the dude's body. It takes a minute, right? We agree to a minute. Then we agree. Sorry, we go into whether he can accept damage. There's no argument given. It falls onto pain receptors. And the last argument that is given to try and give him some stance is they pour acid on it. And I ask him, why would acid hurt something that's acidic? It's like pouring water onto a dolphin and saying the dolphin would be damaged by water. Okay, and sorry, let me get into the last thing. I'm almost done. So, and Noodles also calls out me losing points. So if he were to somehow win the meta debating point, he himself would be meta debating. So either we both violated it or I didn't, right? Noodles also, he talks about this comp rule. He uses feats from the Blob 2 as well. I even asked him, when did the Blob 2 drop? So he's bringing out other feats from the Blob 2. And if you look at the instances he gave, it's from the 88 and the Blob 2, because I specifically asked him for it. So he would have been using comp characters as well. So either both DQ or it's not the case, right? And so, yeah, because of this, he lost. And I think my feats show freeze, BFR, probability manip. There's nothing against that. And so the blob literally can't move. Wishmaster can bring the probability he can move down to almost 0%. So he's stuck there for a long time. He brings the probability his attacks almost insta kill the blob to almost 100%. So he can insta freeze him, insta damage him, or he can insta BFR him. And we agree my character's faster and has more AP, durability, etc. And I don't think his acid. Well, it's fine. We'll leave it at that. But yeah.
Wonderful.
Wunderbar. All right, sick. All right. You could talk, Noodles, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
can talk.
consider. Okay.
All right, bro, hurry up. Hey, Huey.
Bro, Jigga, shut up. It's 9 o'clock, bro. You lucky I don't leave now.
I'm just gonna kick out Huey. It's fine. It's fine.
Bro, time's ticking. I gotta get up in 6 hours.
Got you. All right, let's go. Let's go and
No.
judge. Do you want to just do it right here?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Okay. So we basically comes down to a couple of points. All right. A lot of the other points were contested as well. Noodles didn't have speed. Okay. There wasn't really AP contention. Really comes down to basically two things. One is the character out
Out of tier or not.
is
The
Jin,
gym.
it's Jin out of tier, and then after that it becomes that's really just the main point in my opinion. So
Yeah, that literally decides the debate. So yeah.
I think that after discussing it, and give me a second, let me look at some other things real quick. All right.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that the Jin is, while I do agree Jin is out of tier in a sense, right? I don't know if Noodles just demonstrated that of well enough to be able to me to full on say that yes, he is completely out of tier. So I think that it's just what I'm coming down to, but I don't think Geass really responded to it really as well either. I think that this is one of the most important points, and it really didn't get elaborated that on a very in depth, instead of other things we're getting elaborated on foundationalism and fucking time, shit that low-key kind of just didn't really matter in my opinion. So I am looking. All right, so it takes the time before finishing the verses so we can, and then I'm just I don't.
Bro, he can't just say he won. He has to think about it. Bro, y'all don't got school or job. Shut the fuck up.
Haha. Hey. All right. Cool. So is that? I think that. All right.
But
Dude, the thing is, it's just so fucking stupid because you guys elaborated on fucking other dumbass points that low key just didn't matter. And then the one point that I really like, that is really like volatile to the debate, you guys maybe spent like in total 25 minutes on it, and this whole entire thing. And it wasn't even like that good of like a 25 minutes either. It was more so like it kind of just got ran shit. I will say, all right, if I have to give it down to anything, I think that personally. All right, I'm gonna just straight up say it. I think Noodles won. I think Noodles won. Though I think that if literally this point didn't get go through, go through, or even get like in it, I think that Geass would have won so heavily because literally Noodles doesn't have fucking speed. So Blob
also,
literally just doesn't even touch fucking
yeah.
Geass.
Well, so here's another issue, right?
Mhm.
Even if we disagree with the Jin being out of tier and Noodles didn't argue it, right? Noodles did argue, like his character being comp, which I mean, I didn't hear Geass give any refutation towards.
Geass said that he mentioned something about Noodles' character being comp, but I don't even remember him displaying that or making a comment on it. I don't have it written down anywhere either.
Can I demonstrate? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No. You can. Yeah. Afterwards, you could be sure to demonstrate it to me, but it's probably not gonna. It's probably not gonna change my verdict. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if you do, like, if there's if there's like a recording and it says like, hey, at this time or whatever, because I know somebody was recording in here.
Yeah.
Just
Here's the
cloud
thing, though.
hit.
I don't know. I don't know if Noodles proved that his character was at a tier. I wasn't
I mean,
convinced.
I think I fucking did, but either way.
I think he pushed it just
So-
enough for me. He
It was
convinced
like-
me just enough. That's why I literally said. Like, I don't think he fully convinced me, but he convinced me enough to be
Yeah,
more persuaded.
there we go.
I believe Noodles more than I believed Geass. That's
Fuck
basically what
yeah.
it came down to.
That's
And
what we like
it's
to hear.
and I think that, and no offense to you, Geass, I think you did really fucking well with
I don't. He was retarded.
well, I mean, you can be a hater all you want, but
Yeah,
that's all
you
that's
fucking
all-
fat
you
neck
can be all you
bitch.
want.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Exactly. I think that
Wait,
no. Give respect where respect is due. I think you guys are both good debaters, so I'm going to give you
Nah,
credit.
Geass is fucking dog shit, bro. I raw.
Yeah, bitch, you're
okay.
fucking bitch dog shit. That's why she was getting
All
set
right.
up by Seth, you dumbass nigga. Shut the
All right,
fuck
well,
up.
this is happening.
All right, headmaster. No, headmaster. Can you finish? Or...
fucking debate.
Yeah. That's why you and Nairobi were doing karate in your
Fuck
trailer
you,
park.
Geass.
Shut up,
You
bitch.
fucking suck
No,
dick. That's
okay,
why-
yeah.
Third
Where's
time
Nairobi?
I
I see you
beat
can fuck
you,
up, dumbass nigga.
Third time I shit on your
No,
forehead,
head-
by the way, Geass. Third time. Fuck.
All right, now that I muted both of them, so while I wasn't really convinced, I didn't really hear any good reputation for the comp character thing, and if not for that, bro, like, it's literally just like higher speed BFR GG. So like,
Highest speed BFR GG and Geass dropped. Geass lost honestly, I thought Geass for losing the point on the wishes early on. I think that Geass didn't win the point on the wishes. Where he's basically saying like, "Oh, Wishmaster is able to conduct wishes without
yes,
doing it." I think that even though he showed like there is like some inconsistencies, like there's like those two outliers. Noodles did a good job of refuting it and basically saying like, okay, those are literally outliers.
Well, yeah, I think Noodles overall did a much better job in the debate, like as a whole.
Yeah, so
It's just like,
yeah, it's just how it is. I want to also like, someone does have a recording or whatever, so I will be going back and looking on it, and I will update or change my judgment, and that will but it will be by the time tomorrow.
I love how D1's dumbass, big ass fucking forehead. I love how he calls me a Noodles goon, even though I'm literally sitting here thinking and hinting that Geass won.
Yeah,
You're so fucking stupid. Holy shit.
I think that they both did No, but I think that they both did super well. Geass, I will go back and look at for the point where you did mention the comp character, just out of respect for you. And from there, if I see anything different or see anything that I like might have missed when I'm writing the notes, then I will change my judgment. But I will put something out tomorrow in the announcement saying, hey, if the judgment still stands or not, just in case I missed something, because I don't want it to be
Bro,
like.
why is he calling me a dumb bitch? Like, I'm literally like, I think Geass won.
So, with that being said,
At least with the win con. Bro, I'm
yeah.
still undecided, actually.
Mhm.
I just said Noodles. No.
D1 just has to let D1 live, bro. D1, go smirk on Parrot. Parrot's up front. Parrot's up front. I'll take his mod. I'll let you go. Let you go have fun. I'll let you go. I'll let you. That is true, Archie.
Bro,
All right. So with that being said, I'm just gonna leave this as is now.
but like,
What's your space is giving me the recording. Sorry, I don't know. I forgot your name. Who is this? Apprentice Sasuke has the recording. He's sending me. He's gonna send it to me. I'm gonna watch it again. Make sure.
all
I get
right,
everything
bro.
right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Bro, we're really gonna have to sit through that whole fucking recording, aren't we?
I mean, you don't have to. I'll just sit through it. I'm perfect.
Well, no, I feel like I have to as well because I feel like I missed things that they both said. So,
All right. Well, fun.
all right, fuck it.
Fun.
I'm
Now we get
gonna
to
mute
now we get to
both.
re-listen to a 2-hour long debate. Hate it. So
right.
with that being said, that's what the standing is now.
There's Noodles. There's Geass. Hell yeah.